Welcome, everyone, to the LAS Grand Tournament Finals. It's been a long road to get here, and now, here we are. It's time to decide who will be the winners of Season 1 of the LAS. I'm Stripes. I'm here with my great caster buddy, Rav. And joining us a bit later we will have a special guest caster in Waff. So, Rav, are you excited as I am?
Absolutely. I get to wear a bow tie in grand finals time. I can't wait to bust them out. I'm ready, Stripes. I'm ready.
I am ready as well. This is going to be really, really fun. Now, due to how all of the seating worked and whatnot, we actually have a rematch on our hands between the Midnight Gaming Direwolves and the Boosted Bonobos. A rematch of the Masters Finals, I believe, if I am remembering that correctly.
Correct. Absolutely.
That was a really fun series to cast. It was so much fun. I can't wait for the rematch. Hopefully we'll go a full 3 games this time.
Absolutely, just like the finals. And I have a little juicy tidbits to fill you in about that finals, including that some of the picks in that game 1 for the Boosted Bonobos, they didn't want to do.
Ooh.
Accidental picks, yeah.
See,
Wild.
that happens sometimes. You got to roll with it, but we got an entertaining series nonetheless. Now, one major thing that is different from that series to this series is now we're in a new season. We have a new patch. We're on 11.2 right now, which means a certain Ruined King has joined us in the jungle. Isn't that right, Rav?
Absolutely, and if you've been playing it all in the last couple days, as I have, you're seeing him in every single game. So I'm getting really familiar with him. Have you seen him at all, Stripes?
I've seen him a couple times. He's not performed superly well, but mostly I've seen him on the ban list. People are too scared. Surprisingly, supports are too scared to play against him. I have no idea why. I think they're scared of another Pike situation going on. But he's a jungle or solo laner. That's my thought on Viego. But do you think we're going to be able to see him at all today? Do you think either team is going to go for him?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see at least a ban at minimum. So it's gonna at least get some attention. Even though the win rate is hovering, I'm looking right now in Plat Plus in the world. It's around 43%. I haven't seen him perform that badly. He tends to be doing all right in skirmishes and doing pretty good in the jungle, especially with that movement speed buff that you get with that shadow. So the ones that I'm seeing, they're winning 60% of their games, but you know, at the very highest skill levels, he's not doing well. But this is very, very common for any new champion that comes out. Tends to do well in silver and gold. People are not used to playing him, can't find the exploits. But then in Plat Plus, you know, they're able to just play their main champions and just destroy people picking up this new character.
Indeed, I thought going into it, Viego would be the exact opposite of that, because he would struggle very, very early on, but then as time went on, more of the top tier players, some like Platinum and higher, would get a lot better with him because his skill ceiling is so high, especially with his passive. Also, fun little interaction to keep in mind, Viego steals Ornn's passive when he's possessing Ornn. So that means you can just upgrade your team's items. Those ornaments, they're for everybody, not just the enemy team. Just a little something to keep in mind if you're playing jungle and pick Viego into Ornn.
I've heard about it, haven't seen it yet though.
I've seen it on the Vendril channel. It's a channel that goes through all these different league interactions. It's really fun to watch when the new champions learning about all these small little interactions that not everyone knows about. But that's really good. And with that, we do have some shifts in the meta, specifically down in the bot lane. A lot more ADCs have been coming into viability. It's not just the Jhin, Kai'Sa, Vayne. While Jhin and Kai'Sa are still two of the best ADCs, I've been seeing a lot more openness to play different ADCs, specifically more Aphelios and Misfortune, even though Misfortune has fallen off a little bit. And Samira in there too if you're skilled enough to pull her off.
Oh, that
Ooh.
sounds like we have our third caster on the desk. Waff, is that you?
It is.
Great timing.
The internet
Welcome,
connection
sir.
couldn't keep me down, bro.
Well, okay, well, you know, these powerful secret groups that control the world will have to control your internet a little bit better to keep you away from this series. This is Grand Finals, and I'm just seeing that the teams are ready to go in just a couple of minutes, and I just want to highlight where we've been to get to this point here, the Grand Tournament Finals. This has been months in the making, all throughout earlier in 2020. We started a brand new league. It wasn't imagined before 2020. Brand new league, started off with a preseason tournament, just a single elimination tournament. We've got ourselves a winner, a cult, that they went ahead and won the finals, very successful. And then we had our season 1, which was a round robin event with around 13 teams, give or take. And now we had the season 1 winners, the Direwolves, that we're going to see here in the grand finals. And now we're seeing the Boosted Bonobos, who were facing the Direwolves in the finals of season 1, back here again. They beat up their sister team, the Bonobos Academy, and then here they are back facing the Midnight Gaming Direwolves for our Battle of the Titans. These guys, you can't get them away from each other. All they do is deliver excellent games, excellent series, and I can't wait to interview the winners after we're ready to go. Any last things from you, Stripe, before we get going in these games? These guys are ready to play.
All I gotta say is I hope we got 3 games. I hope we're getting a full 3 games.
Yeah. All right, let's get this going. All right, let's go. Guys,
here we go.
Exclamation go. We're ready to go.
So, before we swap over, I will need to fix a few little overlays because we have the Direwolves on the blue side, as opposed to the red side where I had it set up. So, just one moment. And already we have a Shen ban coming out from the Direwolves.
Yeah, absolutely. Shen getting played quite a bit in the top and the support position. Really got a lot of versatility. So seeing that early ban is not unusual. Same with the Maokai and Kai'Sa, all pretty standard bans coming out. Maokai is a little bit new in the LAS series, has gotten prominence doing that AP support build. I know, Waff, you've seen this in the bot lane. He's a monster down there, isn't he?
Maokai?
Oh, yeah.
Probably the best. That E little nerf that we got this last patch is, yeah, it stops people from being able to run in. Like, when he stacks his E on Dragon, in, like, that river bush, okay? And people can't go there. Like, if you put two or three saplings in that bush, they're done. Like, they will take so much damage coming from that bush. You have that non-targetable CC. The champion is just dumb, bro. Just dumb.
We have a flex pick here coming out initially. We've seen the Pantheon play in both mid lane and in the jungle. So really it depends where Yukimoto decides to play him. He's definitely going to be on the Pantheon. But remember, in the semifinals, he was in the jungle. So they did mix it up, and they were successful. So this could be a repeat of that. He likes playing the Pantheon, hard carry champion for arguably the best player on the team.
Indeed. Pantheon did get a lot of changes. For those who don't remember, he got a massive amount of changes to try and force him out of the support position into the solo lanes. And now we're seeing old school season 10, like early to mid season 10 Pantheon right after his rework. Broken in the solo lanes. He doesn't block turret shots anymore, which is something big, but still his burst damage is so high. And looks like we're gonna, and I mentioned it beforehand, Aphelios is going to actually get picked up for the Direwolves.
Wow, I did not expect that. But before we touch on the Aphelios, the Vayne Braum is the same lane picked for the Bonobos in the finals. They did pick that bot lane. They're running it back. They feel comfortable on these champions, and how the Direwolves are going to answer is Aphelios, that late game monster that if you can get there, she can hard carry the team, kind of just like Vayne. They're kind of trying to do the same thing.
Aphelios is probably better right now, I'd say. I'd say that Aphelios with Kraken. You got Pantheon. Like, what the Direwolves are putting together right now, I'm digging it. I think at potential, I don't think Vayne will be able to get out of Pantheon's way. Pantheon, it's a point and click. It's not a skill shot. So they can lock down Vayne. No matter what Braum does, he cannot block Pantheon jumping on the fucking main. So
He cannot.
here we are.
He cannot, but he could try his best to get in the way for the damage to come out. And we see the Thresh ban coming out, which is really actually a smart ban, because usually you see Aphelios with Thresh, because Aphelios doesn't have a lot of safety, allows him to step forward and go for some farm, while Thresh just hangs back, drops a lantern at his feet, and when they push up to threaten him, he can just take the lantern back now to safety.
I think the Hecarim's a good choice. That Hecarim's super meta, and that's a really good choice. I'm just not thinking the Vayne Braum.
So they're going for comfort again. I was reviewing the games for earlier in the LAS, and again, in Season 1 Finals, this is the exact same team that they're picking. Vayne Braum Hecarim was in one of their games, exactly. So they like these champions, and they've been successful on them. So they're going for comfort. So really, there's been the discussion that we've been having a lot. We were just talking about this yesterday, the decision to go whether for meta versus comfort. What are you better off picking? And how do you strategize your champion selection to bring the most of the team to climb the highest? And really, everyone's got their own strategy, but clearly the Bonobos, they're going for comfort. They're not playing super meta. They're playing what they know best. What got them here, got them to finish first place in Season 1, got them to the finals of Season 1, and now here in the grand finals against the Direwolves.
I like Aurelia.
Aurelia, very, very aggressive top lane pick. Can do decently well into the Pantheon, but that would be an entirely skill matchup if Pantheon is going top lane. We still don't know for sure where he's going. He could go support, he could go top, he could go jungle. But with the Poppy, I don't think he's going top. Although Poppy could flex around as well.
So it was a really good pick because the Bonobos are showing 4 AD champions. So you were looking to pick someone that can build some armor. Poppy definitely fills that void. That is going to be Poppy top, as we have seen reverse play Poppy, and that is going to be Pantheon in the jungle. So just from watching this Direwolves teams, that's what it's going to be. And then Panzer Valari on his first love, Rakan, who is often first banned by opposing teams and joked about being banned earlier. Now he gets to pick it in the last position. Talk about comfort. He's back at home on a beanbag chair with 2 beers in each hand.
So something else I really want to mention about this top lane matchup between... What is this? An Aatrox pick?
Aurelia mid?
It seems like it's probably going to end up being Aurelia mid.
Listen, I actually think it's really good. Direwolves want a team fight, and the Bonobos have a lot of. They have answers. They have answers. Braum has the ability that when they want a team fight, he put his Q on as many of them as possible. That will shut that shit down. Hecarim, Aurelia will be able to dive the back line. They can only CC so many. This is really about the Direwolves actually just performing. Like, they have to outplay. I think that their comp is...
So,
I don't know if it's good.
I think the biggest factor of it all is going to be reverse on this Poppy. Mostly because of Poppy's W. For those who don't know, for those who've forgotten, Poppy's W gives her a movement speed steroid, and it cancels all dashes, knocks them up, grounds them, and slows them for trying to dash within the radius. Who here on the Bonobos has a dash? I'll give you a hint. Everybody. While some are more prominent than others, being Hecarim, Braum, and Aurelia, it's still very important that if any of them tries to dash away, they get grounded, they get knocked up, they get slowed. Easy to collapse upon. So as long reverse can easily lock someone down and prevent all means of escape for a few seconds. Perfect for setting up ganks, perfect in team fights, isolating targets. Not to mention, when going for objectives, a well-placed Poppy ultimate can knock so many people away, including the enemy Hecarim, knocking a smite fight out of the picture, giving Yuki the distinct advantage.
Can we talk armor? Can that happen, please, this game?
That's what I was thinking about. And I was also thinking that perhaps Panzer Valari should have taken a tank support that he could make armor with. And even though his Thresh was banned, so that is his primary tank support. You could have.
Galio.
Yeah. Maybe like an Alistar could have also worked.
Alistar is a really, really strong pick in the meta right now. However, I do think that the lack of AP on the Bonobo side might come back to bite them in the butt.
Oh, yeah.
It's all going to come down to, can they get a big enough lead for them being all AD to not matter. And it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to do that.
If boosted bonobos get a goddamn lead, it's over. Like they might just run away with it. Hecarim powering up, getting fed is not good. Aurelia powering up, getting fed is not good. If a Nico gets fed, I'm not so worried. Like a Poppy gets fed, still not so worried. Aphelios is a good answer to a lot of things.
Pantheon too.
Yeah, but
that's two.
He's gonna have to play really good. He's gonna have to get in.
That's two really strong carries for the Direwolves as opposed to 4 on the Bonobos. That's the thing you gotta worry about. That's the thing you gotta watch out for. So we are going to see how this all goes down as we are getting into the rift currently, as it is loading up. Gotta make sure everything is working properly.
As you guys were discussing, the Bonobos, they have an engaged team with Aatrox, Hecarim, Aurelia, Vayne, Braum. They have very short range, but they have to get in. Whereas the Direwolves, they're going to want to counter engage and look for the Bonobos to overextend. And Poppy really plays extremely well into that. Once the Bonobos engage, a well-timed Poppy ult that hits 2 members could instantly make a 5-on-5 into a 5-on-3, in which then you can turn right around with Pantheon and your Rakan and go ahead and counter and win that team fight. It's going to be a back and forth, and we're going to see how these two teams massage this map to their own advantage.
Key things I want to point out. We got TP advantage coming over to the Direwolves. They have 2 TPs as compared to 1. Nico is going to be running Dark Harvest, and the Vayne has pulled Cleanse. Very scared of Nico, Pantheon, and the Cleanse is definitely not for lane, because you cannot cleanse out of a knockup. You can cleanse out of the Rakan ultimate charm, but that's basically it.
Yeah, you know what? I think we're in a position right now where we're going to see two good teams go at it. I want to see violence. Show me violence.
Just 2 swords, no shields.
There we go.
Yeah, no armor, like a episode of Vikings. Oh, who's gonna be the Chandler? Who's gonna be the hooker, bro?
Yes.
That's a
Or
UFC reference.
exactly, you can even go Poirier and McGregor, right? You know,
That
same
was
sort of
devastating.
reference.
Still blown away. Still blown away by it.
Well, now we are on to the Rift. It's time to see who will come out on top. Will the Direwolves seek revenge for the Masters and find it? Or will the Bonobos beat them down once again? Time to find out as we look for it to see if there's going to be any level 1 action.
Was there any Gragas ban in that game?
No.
No.
Devastated by the lack of Gragas priority.
I haven't seen either team play Gragas in the entire.
We need to
league.
respect them.
Key
Listen,
things.
We're devastating. We're devastated.
Key things to keep in mind with how the meta has been shifted as pro play has come back. Gragas top has been highly prioritized. Mostly as a counter to Renekton, who has also been highly prioritized.
We got the Koreans and the Chinese laughing at us, bro. We can't even beat the Europeans anymore. We need to get our stuff together. This is not what I want to see. We gotta.
Speaking of the Europeans, do you really want to legitimize Ivern top again? Like,
No. But Wonder's on some of that weird stuff. He's
Hey.
probably spent a little bit too much time in like Poland or wherever the heck.
no. He got that influence from Cries from Exel. Because Cries pulled it out first, as we do get a little bit of an engage in the bot lane.
Ivern's broken right now too. Panzer getting there. He's got some post-election anger.
Absolutely, being able to land that knock-up. You know, when you land that first skill shot of the game, makes you feel confident, makes you want to go in. And there, Poppy being able to get the best of that trade, hasn't even built up any armor yet. Just that Doran's shield, able to knock around Aatrox like a red-headed stepchild or some sort of demon
It's
up there in the top lane.
It's that passive from Poppy. Every like 12 or so seconds at this level, Poppy gets a ranged auto attack and throws out her buckler, her shield. And if it kills a unit, she picks it up automatically. Or if not, she just goes, picks it up, gets a little bit of a shield. That helps you out in trade. Not to mention adding grasp on top of that. Give you so much sustain in this lane to win it early on. As we do look to see that there's a bit of a gank coming down in the bot side.
Absolutely. The pings are out. Here, Ferris is going in.
Ooh, good flash
Flash is
from
gonna be knocked out.
good flash
Knockup's
from
gonna
Very
go.
Wet.
Absolutely.
Good flash from Very Wet. He does get hit with the Hecarim E, but he is not knocked back into the vein, and Braum able to escape. Especially with that Braum Q hitting, it was dangerous. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Vincent is running super low on mana, and Sora will get a free Dark Harvest proc.
Yep, so it's about 8 minutes on that flash that is going to be down for Aphelios. So let's keep an eye on that. Very Wet down, that key summoner in the bot lane. But that's not going to stop them. The Midnight Gaming Direwolves are looking to set up a play on bottom, and it's going to be a counter gank. Here, Ferris is coming in on the horse, but what's going to stop the horse is the Spartan. And Ferris is going to be in all kinds of trouble. He's got double buffs, and he's got minions attacking him, chasing him all the way around. Whoa! Rakan being able to get in there, knocking it down.
Yuki actually sniped out Ferris with the spear, managing to get first blood onto the Pantheon. That's what you want to do. Hecarim did pop Ghost. Flashes came out from both Panzer and Yuki, who popped the cleanse, but there's still a distinct summoner spell advantage in the bot lane for the Bonobos. Perhaps another gank down here will end up being super successful for the Bonobos, since it's going to be very hard for Panzer and Very Wet to get out of it.
Well, they were able to get that push, and even though Aphelios wasn't able to secure that kill, they're going to go back. They're going to take an early back here. They really didn't want a back with the wave in this position. They felt it necessary This is the bot lane of the Direwolves playing safe there. They're gonna miss CS, but this is a calculated decision. This is some of the decisions which helps decide early laning phase, and they're going ahead and making it, getting that early pickaxe on the Aphelios to be able to trade a little bit more of an even keel with the Vayne.
Look at Vayne's build. He also knows he's going to be playing conservative. He knows he's going to get poked. Playing shield. He knows what's up.
Yep,
Some
good call out there.
Another build I want to look at is the Pantheon. A lot in solo queue, you see Eclipse Pantheon, not the better Pantheon. It's Gore Drinker Pantheon, and that's what Yuki is going to be building right now with that Iron Spike Whip. So he's definitely going to go for the Gore Drinker. You can see a distinct advantage in items thanks to the first blood from Pantheon. And here's that gank coming out. Exhaust coming out onto Very Wet.
They're going to see if it's going to be a charm. Hekrum's getting in. Remember, Aphelios does not have flash. It is back down. Very Wet. It's almost going down. He's oh so close, and Vayne's going to be able to pick that up. He's going to go for a second. Hekrum's going to go ahead and tank it, and he's going to be able to get the double kill. Vayne now with the double kill, setting themselves up.
Ooh!
Wow, Soranyaga is going to be able to counter this. Stripes, this action just keeps going down.
Everyone's
world, bro. Where's Tom Cruise?
So right now it is a 3-for-3, and as the fight keeps going on, we'll see if Lynx can get some more. Tap on the ultimates coming out, and no, Yuki is gonna take down the Aatrox. A 4-for-3 in the bot lane, favoring the Direwolves. What a bloodbath!
You were right, Stripes. That Pantheon. There it is.
A champion that is known for needing a quick start and can really impact the game when he has it. 3-0 now, like you said, has that Iron Whip, Iron Spike Whip, and is sitting on gold from 2 additional kills as well. So Yukimoto is in the driver's seat of this game, and the gold of the Direwolves are put in their early game jungler's hands. Let's see what he does with this, if he can get some early objectives or an early gold lead. They have neither so far.
We're looking for a Kyle Busch or something, but we're not looking for like a Dale Earnhardt Jr. We do not want
Here.
that.
Whoa, Irelia not looking to crash at all. She does not burn up. She gets the kill, gets the checkered flag, and that's going to be 1-0. Not only 23 CS up, but a kill. And she's going to be getting a turret plate in mid lane, as well as going to be going back to the base shortly to purchase some items and continue her lead over Soranyaga on the Nico.
Indeed, that solo kill was massive. However, in the bot side, Yuki did get Dragon, but he's going to engage on this right now.
Might have got the Dragon, but Braum got the hell out of there. And he is not going to be letting him in to this house. But who's going to be coming in? It's for like a 5th time. Hekrem, once again, going to be landing the 2, going to be trying to finish the other one, and all these kills going on to Vayne. That's now 4, and then a second kill over to Aurelia, and this game is going directly around the bot lane. Guys, this is being won or lost in this bottom lane, and we're seeing it right in front of our eyes.
Very West should have realized the pattern being done at that point, right? If you have two to three ganks coming down bot lane, you have to realize your flash not being up. Well, it's up now, but you have to realize it's on. It's camp time. Get out the s'mores, get out the hot dogs. You know Hekrum's going to be up in that booty.
Indeed. Now the gold lead has gone up to nearly just a little over 2,500 now. Vincent not pulling any punches in this mid lane matchup. Sora already decided to go with the played steel caps, help with a little bit defensiveness against the opposing team composition.
Good wards on the race though. Red ward on blue raid. They got vision on pants, so they know he's going top.
Both teams have wards scattered all across the map. Absolutely.
Despite that, Ferris is deciding to try and go for the Rift Herald. He is going to start it up. Does have lane priority in the top lane, and he will get some help from Lynx.
But he knew Pantheon was going.
But because of that lane priority that Stripes was saying, pushed in the top wave is Aatrox and able to go down and help. And unless Pantheon goes in there alone, does not have the team presence to be able to challenge this. So this should be going over And it was a smite fight picked up from Hecarim, and Pantheon's gonna fight, and it's an 0 for 2. Didn't get any of those objectives, and diving inside the mid. Aurelia's under turret. Nico being able to get out, but who's not getting out is Poppy.
She got out. What do you
Getting
mean?
out is back to the turret.
Sora getting a good ultimate while Vincent was under the tower, keeping himself alive. Didn't result in much, but kind of dissuaded Vincent from following up, going for another solo kill. All in all, it was pretty good. However, Rakan still isn't level 6 yet. Meanwhile, Braum is, and both these supports have quite impactful ultimates. Now the 6 is coming online. Now he's ready for a hard engage, but look what's happening in the in the bottom river. Look who's sitting there. It's a Hecarim.
He's got that s'mores out, bro.
Indeed.
Direwolves do have vision. They do see Hecarim here. They are setting up this counter gank. This is the second time that they're setting up. Hecarim's going in, but now they're targeting the Vayne instead. Pantheon heading on towards the back. Not one's gone down. Very Wet's taken out Lofton on the Braum. And it's just going to be a single kill over towards the Direwolves.
Good juggling. Good juggling of aggro.
It was a very good juggling of aggro. And Panzer made a really good play, knocking up both members of both Braum and Vayne, preventing any follow-up to the Hecarim's engage, which allowed Ferris to get isolated and easily picked up by Very Wet. Now the Cephalios is on the board. He's getting closer to getting an item that's either going to be Gale Force or Kraken Slayer, or probably Kraken. It might be Kraken Slayer, or if he really wants to churn out those true damage on hits, or Gale Force if he needs that little bit more mobility. Meanwhile, we can safely assume that Vayne is going to want to go for Kraken Slayer, one of the best items, increasing her true damage numbers.
I feel like Very Wet will want to go Kraken, and I feel like Panzer's big play there, where I agree with you, is strong play, but I feel like his better play was the one right after that, where he literally jumped to them. They took turns zoning Vayne so Very Wet could drop the DPS. They're going to have to reproduce that literally time and time again to actually get back in this game. They're going to have to juggle aggro, because right now...
Hard engage in the mid lane.
Yeah, Nico missing the ult there. Pantheon's going to try to get out, but he's going to be not long for this world. It's now Bonobos being able to get that kill over and should be transitioning either over to a bot gank or the dragon. And they're going to decide to take this objective to even out the dragons. So they're going to take their gold lead, even out the dragons, and go into this mid game with a slight lead. There's some things that are guaranteed in life, gentlemen. Death, taxes, and an excellent series between the Bonobos and the Direwolves. These are guaranteed.
Agreed.
Indeed, Sora trying to get sneaky with it, but it didn't work. He just gets collapsed on, trying to use the cloak to run through the entirety of the Bonobos team that's in mid lane. Didn't really work out. And that's going to be first turret, as Shelly here is just going to just destroy it herself.
So let's figure this out. Aurelia is going to hard push mid. Nico hasn't been able to roam or to answer anything Aurelia or the jungler's doing. So they're in a way pretty much making Nico sit mid, and he's not being able to respond. So then the 2v2s from Hecarim and Aatrox, or the 3v3s with Hecarim in the bot lane, it just seems like it's stronger. Like they're just stronger combo.
I completely agree. That's exactly what's happening, and that's where the Bonobos are strong. It's through this mid lane. It's through their Vayne. That's where they have their gold leads, and you can see already accelerating that gold from that first tower going down in the mid lane with that Rift Herald. Gold being shared between the Aurelia and the jungler. So she has the Sheen and the Blade of the Ruin King, and also does not have any gold built up, so just has that item and a half, almost has that 2 items, so that will be the key moment for, we have a dive in top lane. Aatrox being able to go right under tower, and a single more shot is not going to be enough to trade it back. Poppy going down to the top.
That was That was a very aggressive play by Lynx and was very risky. If Poppy nailed the knockup right on time as Aatrox tried to flash in. If he was E'd into the tower quicker, he might have not been able to get out in time because he committed the flash to engage instead of disengage from the turret. But he was able to hit Gore Drinker and Triumph, getting him enough health to survive, and Yuki is sitting in this bot brush for another lane gank.
Aatrox did not care at all, eh?
He did not. Now, there are some key things I want to point out, and those will be items coming online. Right now, we have a mythic score of 3-1 in favor of the Bonobos. That's Gore Drinker, Trinity Force, and Kraken Slayer. As an engage is coming out in the bot lane.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be a whole lot into the Braum, who's going to take a whole lot before going down. He's going to go ahead and counter with the ult.
Oh!
Teleport is canceled, and that's going to be very, very key, as now it is still a 3v2 with Aurelia running down, and as her the by far strongest person in this game, we're having action here in top lane.
Oh, Rohan has been called, bro.
Yeah, Ferris did not like that his top laner's TP got canceled, and he wanted revenge for the Poppy. A good flash from reverse. He would have been able to get out if Ferris didn't commit the ultimate to follow up on him.
So
still, really good play, but ultimately the Bonobos come out on top.
There's only one answer at this point. I think they need to dump all resources in the very wet, and then just start praying towards the east, bro. Pray towards Mecca and hope for the best, because this is not looking good.
Absolutely towards the west, towards Mecca, and
The west or east, bro?
that's what they've been doing.
Is it west or east?
Well,
we're far enough away. It's either direction.
Well, actually, it's very specific. I'm pretty sure it's part of their religion.
Yes, it's 100% all faith same.
So that has been what's happening. Pantheon has gone 3 times in the bot lane through the lane to set up a counter gank. Twice was successful, as we saw about a minute or two ago, was not just going down there. So that has been the key. Knowing bot lane is the focus, and they keep trying to play around the bot, but now it seems Paris on the Hecarim is more than happy to leave those 4 kills on Vayne and start going around the map and helping out the rest of his team, and it's working with Irelia so strong. And this second item is going to be completed any minute now, and she won't be able to be stopped if she gets there.
Second item on Hecarim. Sorry, Stripes. What do you think the second item on Hecarim is?
That's looking to... I'm not too familiar with bruiser items. I don't play a lot of them in the mid lane, but it's looking to be a Sterax gauge if I was going to guess.
That or maybe a Death Stance, right?
No, Death Stance doesn't build out a Phage or a pickaxe.
Okay.
Or it could be a Hydra, but this Dragon is getting started up.
I want to see Braum go up and lead him.
Oh! It's stolen!
They were able to do it, and counterfight is going on. Midnight Gaming looks like they're going to be getting the best, but Bonobos are coming out through the back end. Aatrox is doing all kinds of damage. He's big. He's strong. He's got the ult. He's got Drinker. What more could he need? And he gets CC. Reverse is trying to do more in the back end.
Oh.
Just being able to pick it up. Gets a key shutdown there at the end. 550 gold going over towards Poppy as Aatrox chases down the level 9 Pantheon. He can run and hide, but this turret, I don't know if it's going to be enough. Does he get the outplay? Guys? Is this where it all begins?
Absolutely not.
No, it is not. It is a 5-4-3 in favor of the Bonobos, but there were some key shutdowns that the Direwolves managed to get. The goal lead is still hovering around that 7,000 mark, so it's very important to keep in mind. Gore Drinker Pantheon is coming through. He does get the Bramble Vest. Poppy has the Bramble Vest. There's still not, in my opinion, still not enough grievous wounds on this team. You need Aphelios to get Executioners.
Oh, yeah.
You need Nico to get
Yeah.
Oblivion Orb. This Aatrox is gonna be a problem if you don't get Grievous Wounds, especially if he gets a 4 or 5 man Gore Drinker hit with his ultimate up. He can heal 2/3, if not all of his health back.
One of them needs. Somebody needs anti-heal. Like, this comp screams healing.
Well, the second piece was just picked up by Pantheon, the second Bramble Vest.
Yeah,
That's all there is. I know you guys are just going to say that's not
do it.
enough, but that's all they can get as of right now.
Thorn-
Both mid lane and 80 carry starved for gold as this top tower is now going to go down. All tier 1s are down for the Bonobos. 8,500 gold as the Baron is now on the map, and we're shifting to a new point of the game. Direwolves have been really good in the teamfight phase as they set up this dive. 3-on-2. They don't see that the Hecarim is right there, who's going to go ahead and try to change this battle. Panzer is going to be going golden, but it's not going to be enough. As you can see,
Gore
this top and
Drinker,
jungle are not
baby.
going down. They keep healing, like you guys were saying. The lifesteal is going, and gone. This Aatrox just keeps healing up. Woo!
Oh! Oh, and they screwed up! Oh my god, that's a double kill for the Poppy! Oh my god. Okay. There's a
I didn't
lot.
know I had to put my mouth guard. What? I didn't know I had to put my mouth guard in. It's wild.
There's a lot to digest at the back in that fight. So it was a 2v2. Braum was coming down to try and help. However, he got cut off by both Yuki and Very Wet, forcing him to use the Unbreakable there and then get away. He was not able to join that fight. However, both Reverse and Sora were chunked out super low and were forced under their tier 2 turret. The Ghost was popped from Ferris, trying to get him to come down and blow up Sora. However, right before Sora got hit with a Hecarim charge, he was managed to get his E out and root Ferris after his dash was completed. He then went golden to prevent either of them from killing him because he wasn't stunned. But then he became stunned when Reverse charged him into the wall and hit him with his Q, and that was one kill. Meanwhile, Lynx greeted to clean it up, but it ended up biting him in the butt when Reverse got another kill and more shutdown on this Poppy as a fight's going down in the bot lane.
Hecarim was getting caught out here in the try, and ults are going to be popped up here.
Whoa,
To
Panzer.
get the knock up, yeah,
Whoa,
but does
he's
not want to
hungry.
go too far. But here we're having action in the mid lane. We're seeing Vayne going down to less than half health, so that's some good damage onto the primary Bonobos before this dragon fight. Half health now. Let's see if they decide to challenge for this one. Both teams seem a little bit unsure whether they want to go hard for this dragon or not. Both seem content to leave a ward or two and just to go back farming. What do you guys think?
Do you think that top lane play is a comeback? You think that's it? You think that's the start?
I think
Yeah, that could be. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I definitely think that it's going to be a start. However, if you really want to start the comeback, look at that bounty on Vincent. You need to take him down. You need to take down this Aurelia. Easier said than done, of course. But if you take down this Aurelia, that's 1,000 gold plus all the assist gold coming out of it.
Well, think about
Especially if you get that onto Very Wet, he's instantly completed Runons. He's working his way towards IE. And if
it.
you
Team fight. Let's get spicy.
Here they have Poppy in the front. Gonna go ahead and channel the ult. Knocks out one. Dragon's at 2,000 health, but we're gonna have an engage in the back line. We're having the
Very
mid lane
wet.
Vincent
Very
tearing
wet.
it up in the back. We're having Paris being able to secure that dragon for their second. Pantheon is going back, and the Direwolves are trying to salvage any members they can. Excellent move there to be able to get some people out, but Reverse is having a hard time. He's going to end up staying just a little bit too late, as well as Pantheon nowhere left to go. Lynx and Lofton, they're going to do their darndest to knock this guy out. Whoa.
Gore Drinker works both ways, ladies and gentlemen. Gore Drinker works both ways. The Pantheon's Gore Drinker allowed him to keep him standing to take down the Aatrox, But with that helpful back, you managed to go back and finish off Black Cleaver.
Stripes, Rav. I got something. I figured it out. This ain't your regular silver ranked solo queue game, okay? This is the goddamn LAS Grand Tournament Finals. We're seeing crazy shit, right? You gotta tell your mom, tell your aunt, tell your brother. I don't give a shit. It's fucking happening right now. The shit is going down. Direwolves might be able to bring it back.
You definitely want to go outside your bubble to explain how good this LAS is and how much of a great league it is. And I'm just joking, of course. I just mean through direct communication, of course.
Shun your bubble.
Any social media take us down.
Shun your bubble. Tell the people, tell the masses about this.
Whoa, League Amateur Series. Shout it from the rooftop. Go.
Woo! I'm gonna Ric Flair woo it in a second.
Seeing Chandler last night got my inner Ric Flair on. Michael Chandler, absolutely.
I have children in the house. I don't want them waking up.
So,
Dad, why are you yelling? What's going on? Is something wrong?
Very wet, forced a flash. Can I just say we have some key items that came out, and no, they are not legendary. No, they're not complete items. We have Grievous Wounds on both the Nico and the Aphelios. Executioners and Oblivion Orb coming out as Boosted Bonobos are starting the Baron.
They were probably listening to the cast, got some good ideas, as Ferris is going to stay on at 9,000 health. He's not losing a whole lot tanking this Baron, but here Poppy is in.
They got a kite for Very Wet. They have to protect Very Wet.
Oh, Ooh is taken down super low.
Nope. Where's Very Wet?
He's over here, but Poppy's already went down to the back, but Aatrox is going to try to go right into the middle of the team. The Wardrinker is going to try to keep him alive as well as with the ult, but he's going to go down. Aurelius in the back line is going to be able to get one, but no, Panzer's be able to get out. Having Yukimoto is going to go down. It's a wow. What was that? 4 for 1. 4 for 1.
That was
absolutely.
That was a 3 for 1. Panzer managed to get out with his life.
Okay. Yeah.
However, we'll see if Sora will try any risky business, try anything for this Baron stop. Throws out an E, decides it's not worth his life. Needs to defend. That's 4 Baron buffs. Everyone except for the Aatrox does have one. Ooh was also lucky to get out with his life. Nearly taken down by the dive, but the peel was too strong.
Reverse tried to make a play onto the Vayne and got Vayne down to about 20% health, but just was able to squeak out before Poppy was going down. Just does not have the tank to survive against 3 members hitting him. And because they couldn't get the Vayne out of the fight initially, with that engage, it was just downhill from there.
One person has to push the Vayne or push some threats off. They have to turn. They cannot leave Very Wet alone. They can't. Each time they jump on him with 2 people, Aurelia by herself can take out Aphelios. So they need to be able to shun the one of the damage dealers and then concentrate on the other. They have to burst down his 4 and then turn on the rest while they juggle the aggro. That's the only way they're going to come back. They are not winning when they have to separate. When they've separated Aphelios and Nico, and then Pantheon and Poppy are diving. It's just not working for them.
You need to take down this Aurelia. If Pantheon can get a good flank and blow up the Vayne, then that's a really, really big play. But you need the Poppy to be there for the Aurelia, especially with that W, able to knock the Aurelia up, shut down her train of Qs that she wants to try and pull off. Stop her stacking of her passive, so it's much easier for her to get taken down.
They need to BJJ the bush. That's what we call it. Bush Jitsu, okay? You get in the bush, you scan the bush, you jump out from the bush, you kill them.
Otherwise, meaning what Lofton is doing right now?
Well, they're about to find out.
Oh, Panzerfrau Vincent isolated.
Oh, that's it.
I like the choice. They decided to leave Dragon and go onto Vincent, but he's oh so strong with the Sterix Gauge, and he's barely able to go down. He can't. Yukimoto's going down first. Very West's going to go down in the back, and they make a calculated play to go for the mid laner, but they couldn't do it. She was way too big. Look at her stats towards everyone else. and it's going to be the Bonobos pushing with Baron right down the middle. Guys, it's going to be a miracle if the Direwolves are not out for the 3 count here.
It really needs to be perma-banned. I'd say Hecarim needs to be banned. I think everybody else is manageable. Like Vayne,
Here.
it really seems like it's gonna happen.
They need to stall out for the rest of these cooldowns to come online. Lofton does get taken down. However,
That's a good early.
people are super low. Sora's now alive. Vincent does get taken down. That's a shutdown. Over to the Pantheon. 1,000 gold, and he wants more. He is not satisfied.
Well, Yukimoto, he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points left, but he's going to try as he might. Sora and Yaga's trying to do damage on the back end. So is Very Wet, but they're so all behind. They have items, they just don't have as good items. But Very Wet says, no, we shall do more. We shall overcome. We shall press forward. And they are not going down yet. Only one inhibitor down, and the Direwolves have not said enough. They are like moss. They are everywhere.
That is an ace for the Direwolves. They are still 12,000 gold down, but key shutdowns came here. Vincent finally went down. The shutdown went over to the Pantheon. More kills came out, giving a more gold over to the Aphelios and the Nico. Nico now in the positive with the KD, looking to see if they can get some more fights like this. More and more items are coming online. Randuin's has now come online, which is going to make it much harder for the Vayne. The more armor that gets stacked up on this Poppy will make it so she is so much harder to take down without the Vayne because of Vayne's passive true damage.
Stripes, did you hear Rav there? I love that. It's perfect. You know how invasive moss really is?
It's really annoying.
It's actually perfect.
It's really annoying. Sora may have overstepped a little bit, but he does manage to get out. Yuki was hovering him for safety.
I love it.
It's the small things, right?
It is. It's the details. It's the details.
All right.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, let's play a game called Where's the Gold? There's a 12,000 gold lead, but where is this lead actually come from? I'll tell you right now, 0 of it is in the top lane. The gold is even, barely favoring a reverse in the top lane. In fact, Hecarim only has a 1k gold lead, but if you look at the bottom half of the map, 5,000 gold lead for the Aurelia, 3,000 gold lead for the Vayne as they dive up onto Ferris, who gets a little greedy.
Absolutely, landing 2 CCs. Paris already down to half, but remember, he's not one of those key targets. He wants to be the one engaged as long as he gets out. Yukimoto here onto the back end. He's so close to going down. Brahm's not going to be able to take that out. We're going to have the Direwolves be able to pick up one. And they're able to take out Lockton, a single one over, and this is sliding so forward, but it's not over yet. Vincent is going to go into the back line, and he's going to charge all of these members, and with this Sterix Gauge, it's going to be enough to keep him alive. Sora and Yaga is going to be here in the back end, and is not going to be able to get out of that now. The clean ace for the Bonobos, and there's not much stopping them. Very little, in fact, between them and Game 2 with a 1-0 lead.
You know, this is the horse movie they didn't want, but this is the horse movie they got. They got Rohan, bro. Camping, horses. It's like a trip to my family reunion, bro. Just straight up hillbilly stuff.
That
some jugs with some X on it over there too, right? Some X's on it.
Some P jugs. It's just so bad, man. You got a permaban Aurelia. That's gone. That has to be gone. So then you take Hecarim. Hecarim's actually a really strong meta choice. Hecarim needs to be gone. It needs to be sent. Goodbye. So now you got 2 bans that are gonna automatically have to go through. And then they gotta hope. They gotta put Very Wet on something else, something that can actually survive, because he didn't get shit for Peel last game.
See, this is where it becomes a draft issue because with their third pick, they went with Sora's pick with the Nico, and they could have gone for a Thresh there to be very, very safe and allow Aphelios to step up, but still have that get out of jail free card with the Thresh Lantern. However, they didn't. Thresh got banned in stage 2 because the Nico was third pick, and it just forced Aphelios into a bad spot. This is also where I believe that it would have been you would have a much better argument with the enemy team composition to go for Gale Force instead of Kraken Slayer, because you need that little bit more safety as Aphelios because you don't got any mobility. The only mobility you really have is a steroid for your movement speed with your Severum Q. That's pretty much it. And it's not even that big.
I think they needed like some TRT, like from the Vitor Belfort days.
Yes.
Yeah. You just need to be a tank.
You need to come juice to the gill.
Steroid it up.
You can't even put your arms down. They're just like you're carrying watermelons around. They walk in, they can't even sit down. Like if they're not undoing their belt before they sit in the chair, I don't want to see them play League of Legends again. When they come back to the next game, I need to see something. They got to get that Space Jam juice, Rav. That Space Jam drink. They need to start.
You got to give him whatever Vincent was drinking. All right, whatever
that
was
guy
in that
on?
man's cup. You know, he was showing up right before we were gonna play. You know, didn't even need a warm up game or anything, and then just goes and does that on Aurelia.
Now
They did give him 3 bans though. They banned Akali first round, and then they banned his Katarina and Silas. So, but they left the Aurelia open. So, do you throw more bans at him? Maybe prevent another. Maybe let one of your other bans go, or do you switch out one of the 3 bans you threw at him for the Aurelia?
Did they kill him? Did they kill him because? Yeah, we talked about that. Do you think they killed him because they were outplaying him, or do you think he got sloppy? Because I think he got more sloppy at the end, kind of just like, yeah, I'm smashing. I'm just gonna kind of coast through. What do you
call that limit testing? And I do think he was I don't know if he was getting sloppy. I think he was getting greedy. Hence, he was limit testing. So overall, I think it was a really good game from the Bonobos. Direwolves were in it quite a bit. It was very bloody early on in the bot lane, but they just didn't really have an answer for the Aurelia. Nico's a good pick, but honestly, I wouldn't have been surprised if they swapped Poppy and Nico and put Poppy in the mid lane and Nico up top, because that would have been more advantageous for both laners, because Poppy shuts down everything Aurelia wants to do with her W, and Nico has that ranged matchup that allows her to try and bully out the Aatrox, especially when she puts a point into her W, allowing her to get some magical damage on every third auto.
What I'm looking for is just what Waff is saying, is to put the Aurelia in as the ban, but I would leave the Silas up. I think you definitely have to ban Vincent's cat. Leave the Silas up, get rid of the Akali, and swap out that Aurelia ban, and then try like that. Without the Aurelia in that game, it's a completely different game. It's a much closer game.
I agree.
And
if she
made all the difference, and maybe put Sora and Yaga on someone other than Nico. Let's see. Maybe Nico is a real comfort pick, but that's not a for sure. Like maybe someone with a little bit better wave clear.
Yes, I think someone maybe like an Orianna, maybe a Syndra, maybe something that will allow you to. Definitely someone who has better wave clear, and those are 2 champions that are really, really good at wave clear. But there are still a lot of different options out there as well. Something else that I've been playing a lot, Kale mid.
What? Is that hat on too tight?
Okay.
Nice hat, though.
Hear me out. Kale mid is actually really good against people that can't bully out before 6.
Yeah,
really good.
20 minutes to get going. You're not playing League of Legends. You're playing Minesweeper for 20 minutes.
Well, with how I've been playing, well, this could be low elo solo queue that allows me to do this, but
Yeah.
I've been managing to get solo kills at like level 6, level 7.
Do you think Kale's one of those champions where when Kale's on your team, you don't get nothing, and when Kale's on the other team, the Kale's going wild, doing majestic shit, looking like a unicorn, just blasting people with lasers out of his eyes and shit. It's crazy.
Depends. If I'm playing Kale and Kale's on my team, I get nervous. If Kale's on the enemy team, I get nervous. Unless I'm laning against Kale, then I shut her down because I know her too well. But Kale is definitely one of those champions that can worry about it. And the reason I mention Kale is because because there's quite a few champions that don't really want to bully until level 6, and they're really prevalent in solo queue. Zed being one of them. Zed is Kale. I've pulled this out in the grand tournament in one of my matches. They picked Zed mid. I picked Kale. They pulled out Zed. I didn't, and I actually had a decent matchup if it wasn't for some jungle ganks. But jungle always influences lanes.
So here's one question for you guys. If we're gonna move ahead to the next game, we're gonna look at Direwolves. We're gonna look at what exactly went wrong for them, what went right, and what do you think they want to do? And I saw a really good 3v3. Right, we had the Direwolves 3v3 bot lane counter ganking the Hecarim. Hecarim set up the s'mores, had the Airbnb, everything was going down. He lived in bot lane, and Very Wet had an extremely hard time, even though they were playing it extremely good. So I feel like if we pick a 3v3 combo that's extremely good, maybe put Panzer on a tanky support, one of your Alistair you mentioned, Stripes, or Rav, like a Leona, something that's like a tanky, get in there type support. You give Very Wet some type of option, something that he'll be able to survive, like a Ezreal, like something that gives him the mobility. And then
Hey, Waff, jump in this game as you're finishing your point. The teams are all set.
Oh, on League, I'm watching the stream, bro. I'm the stream, just trying to give viewers.
That also works. That also works. Yeah, I also want to see a different AD carry. I'd like to see a better wave clear mid. The top was fine as there was a number of bans thrown towards reverse. He had Maokai and Malphite banned towards him, so I didn't mind the Poppy. He didn't play that badly. It was fine.
The chat knows, bro. I didn't even watch the chat. The chat freaking knows. They got the shit. Vincent was going off, bro. He was.
Yeah, something I really want to pay attention to is, first off, I want Aurelia banned. If you're the Direwolves, ban Aurelia. Leave the Silas up, ban the Aurelia. Hell, even leave one of your two other bans up for the early game, and then for round 1, and then just ban them in round 2 if they're not picked. But keep the Akali ban, keep the Aurelia ban. Akali, kind of busted if you know how to play her. When is she not? When she's utterly useless. She's just one of those champions. But I want more attention away from the bot lane. Like, pick a safe bot lane, or pick Ezreal or something. And who can play back, play safe, doesn't have to worry about a lot of ganks, maybe the occasional dive or two, and focus more around mid lane. Put Vincent behind. Make the game hell for him. So you can have that freedom to just to have Sora be that much. Just let Sora do what he wants to do, instead of just being at the whim of the enemy of Vincent.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something different for Vincent. That's for sure. They have to have some type of tool. You got to get him off. Got to make him uncomfortable. You have to start doing things.
Indeed.
Change something up. I want to see the 3v3 in the bot lane, man. I want to see a good 3v3 combo. I want to see I want to see him play through that wind condition. It seems like Direwolves jungle bot lane play really well together. It seems like Vincent's kind of beating up Direwolves mid lane. Maybe it was the first game. Lack of TRT, like Rav said. I'm gonna go with lack of TRT. $40 in Canada. OHIP. You can get the shot. It's a shot in the bum, right? One-stop shopping. You can just get this done. Get back in this game. Hit a little Adderall or whatever. I'm not advocating drug use or anything, but we need to get this done.
Absolutely. So, Waff, are you going to watch the stream then, or are you going to come into this game?
I'm a stream warrior.
You're going to stream warrior. Okay.
I'm a stream warrior.
All right, so we're going to get this started. All right, well, I can't wait. Grand Finals Game 2 is going to be coming right up in just a couple of minutes. Your three casters, Waff, Stripes, and Rav, otherwise known as CasterRav. Here for the final game, we have the preseason of the Season 2 starting in just a month from now. It is around February at some point. I believe, I don't know if the date has been completely set yet, but it's going to be in about a month. Look at the League Amateur Series website. If you haven't, make sure to favorite it so you can always go there, see when people are playing, see what the new rules are. That's right. For Season 2, we are going to be having new rules. We're going to be having a more loose a team system that allows an emergency player. So you don't have to have this player named as long as they're within the allotted rank. You can't be diamond.
I want to know why Stripes didn't get dressed either, bro. Chat's asking the questions, Rav.
Like, listen, I don't have a lot of fancy suits. There's not really a lot of reasons for me to go out, especially with COVID going on.
Closet, bro. Dig in that closet. I see something in there. I see something.
You want to pull? You want me to pull out my cosplays?
I want to see you oil up and get a speedo on, because this game's gonna be hard and fast, bro. Let's get it going.
Wow, it's like the Olympics or something here. I'm getting excited.
I think Chad is bouncing, bro. I like Chad. So I like
Okay.
Wow, definitely
something.
The most fast and furious
all right, something
that we've seen. It's like Vin Diesel over here. It's like quarter mile in under 10 seconds here.
You need to clean your room, bro. This guy's. Listen, he's hurt your feelings, but he's being realistic.
All right, things to key important things that refer to the match instead of the room. So,
okay, sorry, I got it out of control.
Direwolves are still on the blue side. They chose blue side because they were the losers of the last match, and they're going to keep the same three bans, keeping the Shen and the Kaisa ban, and keeping the Akali ban as well. Jin, Maokai, and Viego banned out from the Bonobos.
Malphite is up, just FYI, and on Vayne for Very Wet.
Just naturally up.
Yep, but they did a takeaway pick though. Remember, the AD carry does play Vayne. Did just play Vayne, played Vayne in the finals as well. So it's not just a pick that Very Wet is known for. It has played. It's a takeaway. So it's a two-ski, as we like to say up here in Canada.
Ooh!
Tourney Tuesday.
Who do you like? Do you like Silver Bolt or do you like Style? Because that's what we're getting in the bot lane. Vayne versus Samira.
Samira's stronger right now, I think. I think that Mike or Very Wet is taking away, so Samira doesn't have a comfort champ. I really don't understand exactly what's going on there. I think that Direwolves thinks that Aurelia wasn't the problem. Like, that they don't think they think they have an answer. Soraka mid, I've heard.
Cat is
Malzahar.
They picked the Malzahar to prevent the cat pick. That's why they're picking that. You do not want to pick cat into Malzahar. But Vincent's gonna take someone else. I don't know if he's gonna stick with the Zoe, but Aurelia would be also difficult to play because Malzahar definitely is gonna be pushing waves into her. We were asking the Direwolves to pick more wave clear in their mid lane and to pick a different AD carry. I don't know if they've got a direct feed to this stream, but they're doing exactly that. And we're gonna see this game too on some different terms, on some different ground. And now we're having the second round of bans coming up. Malphite taken away first.
Indeed. I'm very questionable about this Zoe pick because Malzahar's passive spell shield.
No, it's meta. It's a good choice. It's strong. Played in Korea.
Of course, Zoe is strong. But I'm just concerned about Zoe's ability to bully the Malzahar out of lane. Zoe is definitely a champion that wants to push lane, bully their opponent, and then look for roams.
Yeah, but Zoe has the ability that she can poke Malzahar from far away and not have to go in for CS, right? While being also... I just feel like Malzahar pushes lane, roams with 6, tries to lock someone down for kill. Zoe has the ability to equal that roam and to jump around quickly to really get going. So I Broken Bonobos seem boosted.
We're going to see if their picks are broken or whether they have the recipe for a second win, and they're having a very different team, and their first only Braum remains the same on this boosted Bonobos team. Still the jungler left. Oh, so still the top laner left to pick.
So, for those who are unaware, there is a Lilia build that is really, really prominent when you have an AP mid laner, and that is Moonstone Renewer, Staff of Flowing Water.
What does that combo do?
That combo still allows you to pump out a massive amount of damage, at the same time allowing you to heal and increase the movement speed of your allies, because Moonstone Renewer actually heals the more damage you do. Or, well, whenever you do damage.
AP? Like, why do you say it's built specifically with an AP mid?
Because if Lily is the only real source of AP you have, then Lily is the only source of AP damage, which you want that more damage. You want that standard or Liandry's demonic embrace to pump out more of that damage. When you have another AP champion that can actually carry the game, then it allows you to not rely so much because of Lilia's passive is unchanged by anything. It still does the same amount of damage when you hit people with abilities. It's only passive doesn't change, which allows her to still pump out a decent amount of damage, but at the same time providing more utility to her team in the form of healing and movement speed buffs.
I think these comps are better from both teams. I actually think that this is an extremely even game. I think there's a lot of solutions to each kind of question that the other team's asking. Right? I think the 3v3, like I said, was originally the Olaf, Vayne, Thresh have a lot of tools. I'm not sure if those tools really activate until Olaf hits 6, but they might be able to chain the axes with a Thresh, hook, and flay. But Samira, Braum, and Lilia can do it. Like, if Braum puts an auto and a Q on different people, they might just get a double or a triple kill. So I think we're going to see some work in the bot lane. Because Ornn's going to be left. Ornn, Jax. Ornn might just go tier. Might try that Hoonie build. Just try to live on the
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
Bro, you spam and then you end up in team fights and you just like, hey, I'm here. I didn't do anything all game, but it's 20 minutes. It's time to rock.
I do see a big difference between these two teams, and the difference is in ease of play. When you look at a team of Ornn, Olaf, Malzahar, Vayne, Thresh, the only one that's a really high skill level to play is Vayne, yes. possibly Thresh. So the other three are really kind of point and click, great alts. Olaf super strong early. Really objective focus. Everyone's pretty straightforward. But whenever you look over to the boosted Bonobos, Jack's top lane, he can get massive 2 or 3 items and could run circles around Ornn, but is he going to get there? Can he get out of lane and do something, or can he push and really challenge an inhibitor? You have Lilia, who is not going to be able to face the Olaf one-on-one, and if Olaf lands that key pivotal first axe, that could be lights out for the deer. It could be a 30-on-6 right in the rear end. Zoe, again, much more difficult to play than Malzahar. You have to be able to land that sleepy treble bobble, land those long-range snipe shots. Samira, again, also, you're not instantly useful. You're not one of the strongest 80 carries just on your own. You've got to have resources put towards you. And then once you have that lead, then you're that unstoppable monster. It's a big difference between these comps. And personally, as we are a mid-level league here in the LAS, I really like the Direwolves comp. I'm going to go out and say the Direwolves win this game with ease of play comp.
Something else with that ease of play that I want to keep in mind, who has engage on both teams. Ornn, of course. Ornn is probably the best champions for engage because of his ultimate.
Malzahar, flash, bro. Get in.
Flash R
on.
Flash R on a key carry. What key carry do you really want to see go down? Most of the time, it's going to be a Samira or a Jax. One of them dives in, you just hit them with R, and they're just out of the fight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you look over, and they have some form of secondary engage with Thresh, allowing to get a hook, come in, get a flay. There's plenty of engage over on the Direwolf side. Meanwhile, you look over to the Bonobos, you got Lilia, who's going to want to fish for ease. You're going to want Zoe, who's also going to want to fish for Sleepy Trouble Bubbles. And you have Braum, which is not necessarily the best engage tool. It's a good counter engage, a good secondary engage, but at the same time, there are still more and better options over on the Direwolf side.
Waff, just one point. If you could just slightly turn up your volume somehow. The chat is just saying they would love to hear a little bit more of you. Just sound a little bit quiet. If you can somehow do that.
I not want to hear more.
Okay, all right.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
It's probably Trudeau or the RCMP trying to cut me off. Restrict my voice.
Probably.
Yeah.
But here we have it. Game 2 starting to load up. We're having the Boosted Bonobos a little bit off their standard picks. They picked some picks that they haven't played a lot in the regular season. They have played them a little bit, but they're not their main picks. So if they can show that they can win and clutch the grand tournament here with their secondary picks, wow, they're going to be a hard team to contest once Season 2 comes around. And yeah, frankly, I can't wait to face them again.
We're going to get them. You know it.
Oh, absolutely. Getting our team together. We're going to be getting to practice soon. We're going to be trying some things out in the preseason tournament starting February 2021. That's right. We're in 2021. The regular season starting in the spring. So get your team registration. Try to get 7 players together and submit it on the website. We're seeing a spread start from each of these teams. And it's just going to be standard starts. Nothing too wild. Anything jump out at you guys in the summoners or how anything is shaken out?
Everything seems to be pretty standard.
Yeah.
Nothing too out of the ordinary. One thing I will point out, once again, the Direwolves have TP advantage, having that TP in the mid lane as well as the top lane, as Bonobos only have it in the top lane. Zoe did go for the Electrocute, which is a much more dangerous and deadly build with the runes, instead of going for Unsealed Spellbook, which is still a pretty decent choice for Zoe, because you get all of these summoner spells, and you get access to Clarity, which is a really damn good spell to have. You cannot pick it normally, and it refunds. It gives you half of your maximum mana and 25% of the mana of all your allies around you, which is a really good spell to have, especially in lane. Usually get that the second time around with Unsealed Spellbook, allowing you to also get Hex Flash, Minion Dematerializer, so you can take care of those cannons, allowing you to roam faster. And Hex Flash works really well with Zoe's W, because every time she uses it, her W procs and she gets more damage out of it.
Okay, so is my mic better at all here, boys? Is it anything better? No? Yes?
It is a little bit, yeah.
It is better.
Yep. A little bit?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yeah.
This,
run with that.
This Lilia gentleman has watched Lord of the Rings or something. All he does is like to play the ponies. He's about that pony life. He probably has a My Little Pony.
Very into the quadrupeds. Into the quadrupeds.
I don't want to judge him. I'm not judging him. He seems to be really good on the pony.
I'd like to ask Virus directly: Is he a brony?
If he's in a furry costume right now, owning, give this guy checks. Give this guy the money, bro.
Twitch, you know, yeah,
Link's
give
getting it.
that guy affiliate. Come on.
We need answers. Can we get detectives, Twitch detectives on this chat? Figure this out.
Oh, and here Panzer is detecting that sudden death, and it's going to get some damage on the Loft. And not going to be enough to take him out, but down to half. Going to get him to fuse some pots. Did go with the biscuits as well, so not only drinking that red sweet juice, but also munching on those biskies.
Biskies.
We do have a little bit of a gank getting set up in the mid lane. Paris is just sitting there, but thanks to the safe nature of Malzahar, he's not really going to be in much danger unless they want to go for a dive. So Ferris just backs off.
A little bit different than last game, eh? So now you have Ferris actually playing not around the bot lane, right? Really not trying to path that way at all.
The real problem with Lilia is she doesn't have really good ganks until she gets 6 and
So sleep
with
is
her
6,
sleeps.
right?
Yes,
Yeah, okay,
that is her
Okay.
ultimate. Her sleep is 6.
Yeah, I usually don't know what's going on. She just comes in my lane. That's an 80 carry, just smashes me, and I'm just like, oh, pony.
That's what? Okay. Also, I want to update people because
Okay.
not everyone
Update me,
reads
Stripe.
the patch notes. Zoe got
I can't read.
Zoe's W got reworked. It got
okay.
reworked a little bit.
How much is a little bit?
They changed what items you can get from the minion bubbles. They removed one item and added quite a few more. The one item that got removed was redemption.
Okay.
No longer will you have to worry as a side laner that the enemy Zoe gets redemption as you're taking care of the enemy, whether you're the enemy top laner or the enemy duo. Oh, you're winning the fight, you get them low, and then redemption comes in from the Zoe and saves them. You don't have to worry about that anymore. However, a lot more of the new item actives got put into the bubbles. That includes a locket, Prowler's Claw, and a whole bunch more.
Uh-oh.
Bot lane here, they seem to be smelling each other a little bit, trying to pick up that ever so gentle musk. Yeah,
Okay.
we kind of have to with Vayne. Pretty short bolt range. You know, you can't really get that long range whiff. You really got to get in there.
I mean, both ADCs are short range ADCs. Samir arguably shorter than Vayne because she wants to get in and with those melee attacks. But there is something I do want to say. The common build for Samira in Immortal Shield Bow Collector. That's the common build. That's what everyone, high elo, mid elo, low elo, that's what they all build. I don't like Collector as a second item, but I'll get to that as bot lane is getting attacked.
Absolutely, Pan's going to be hit with the slow, but so is Vayne. He's going to be hit with some more damage. Heal's going to be enough. We're going to have the teleport's going to come. It's going to be a 4-on-3, and Direwolves are going to be changing it. Suppression here from Malzahar as he's going to help push the wave, and a real quick response from the Direwolves are going to get that first blood over to Yukimoto. Again, in the bot lane, you said this game was different. It's exactly the same. It's the same start.
No,
they baited me, bro. They baited me, bro, with some false advertising. This is nonsense.
It's different. Okay, this time Yukimoto is on Olaf instead of Pantheon. He can just go right ahead and turn that into a first dragon here at 7 minutes. They're going to get not only the first blood, but the first objective as well. Yeah, I'll say it. This game's officially different from the first.
Not to mention, we're definitely not getting a Cloud Soul. Cloud Drake is first up. And now with Ocean Drake on the timer, we're either getting a Mountain or Infernal Soul. Both very, very helpful for both of these team compositions.
Malzahar looks 1,000 times more comfortable this game than he did last game.
He's just getting a little bit of trouble here, but I was thinking that even before you said that, even if he dies here, I still agree with you. He still looks a lot better on this Malzahar.
I said that.
Yes.
I said that and just gets embarrassed.
It's okay. He just didn't have ult there. Remember, he used alt on that bot lane when he went in for the teleport, as we're going to have Orin do a little bit of damage, and Lynx is just going to have to use that counter strike, and just going to get out of that. Just going to try to get some safe farm under turret. But the game is shaking out just a little more different, but also top lane reverse doing a little bit better than he was in the first game to start, at least.
Orn is a safe champion, man. Like, that is a safe pick. Make it through lane, survive, and then just show up in team fights.
I mean, Orn seems to be doing a lot more than surviving right now. Lynx is getting bullied out. He's pretty even, and he's going for the solo turret dive.
Nice flash there from Lance.
Oh, and that's going to be a solo kill, and we get a gank coming down in the bot lane. And the Ragnarok is getting called out, but with that Zoe out, you come right back to where you started, just like Yone E, and that's going to be it. As we have a 2v2 going down in the bot lane.
We got even more action than in first game. Thresh is going to get bursted out as Brom's going to attempt to finish. He's going to go ahead and land the Windsur's Bite on it as Vayne is going to continue on. Both bot laners are not wanting to end on this second date, but up at the top, the jungle is going to take on the jungle, and kills are going back here, there, forth, and everywhere, and I can't even put two words together. This is going on all over the map. There's fights going every single lane. I need to catch my breath.
You don't even know who. You don't even know who's fighting who at this point, right? Chaos all across the map. I bet comms are just a shit show. They probably yelling at each other.
Map wide. That was a 3-for-3. Zora getting very lucky, but he's getting a lot unlucky with a hit of the Q.
Oh my God, he's just.
That's
he wants the show, bro. This guy's cut it off part of his ear. He's going Van Gogh on this guy. He's just
Here's the problem with Zoe. She is very mobile and can easily bully the more immobile champions. For those who have seen the clip of Abadage on Zoe from the Miracle Run when he's the only one alive versus a set, that basically explains it. Zoe can just dance around immobile champions, doing whatever she wants, and unless you have some reliable point-and-click CC, there's nothing you can do about it. Malzahar didn't have the ult, so there's nothing he could have done about it. Now he does, so if Zoe tries that again, things could shake up a little bit differently.
But see, the same thing happened twice, so Sora really needs to learn is that he roams both times with his ult, gets kills for his teammates, and then goes back to lane, pushes mid lane in with Malzahar, doesn't have ult, and then dies in the 1v1. As we're having a fight in bottom, Panzer's going to get the slow on him. He's going to take one close to the tower, but not quite in. He just brings into a little bit closer to his death, but Olaf is going to try to help the wave. He can't go in 3-on-2, but with Malzahar, you could do a 3-on-3. I don't know if they're going to want it with one player down.
Malzahar, in my mind, Malzahar is supposed to push the wave in. He can do something here. What we got?
I'm just gonna back away to safety.
Okay, yeah. So Malzahar has the opportunity to push wave into tower, keep Zoe on tower, or risk losing farm and going behind. What Zoe's doing is blowing by the farm while somehow getting all the CS, and then just solo kill.
Yep. Okay. With the help of Olaf, you might not have got it without Olaf's help, but once again, uses the ult and gets a kill first team 3-for-3. As long as Malzahar's not pushing without ult, he's doing everything he needs.
Yuki, man.
You know what that? Do you see what Olaf has as a trinket slot? That's a Rift Herald.
That's a Gore Drinker.
And he does have Gore Drinker too.
You're telling me who did they do the little adjustment on? Zoe? So they adjust Zoe, but they won't adjust the Gore Drinker? Gore Drinker's wild as shit.
They are looking...
Rito? Somebody? Help!
It did get a nerf about a month ago.
It did get a nerf.
80 carries are crying out. I'll speak for all 80 carries. Actually, no, it's actually not that bad anymore. Like, 80 carries are a pretty decent spot. Like, they're okay. They're not horrible.
I did recently check, and there's like about 8 or 9 of them that are above 50%.
Yeah, they're not
the case a couple
Flash,
weeks ago.
Flash is forced out from Varus, and a TP coming in from Jax, and they're just going to back away, baiting out that TP.
They want to party.
Dragon's coming in. Orn likes to hear the word party. He's got a barrel full of beer, and here he goes with his ult.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Yeah, that's Braum, massive. Being able to stop the ult, and he's here in the backside. Bonobos are being able to do all kinds of damage here, and they're being able to bust them out. We're having a 2-for-1 now, 3-for-1 for the Bonobos.
Yuki's out here trying to one-punch people by himself. They were just zoned out. Vincent was just zoning them, man. Like, they were scared of the bubble. This Vincent dude is insanely good.
Indeed, he is.
And I personally have played against Soranaga. Like, that guy is good. He is a good player. So to watch Vincent do this to a good player is even more impressive to me.
Well, this game now is evened up in the gold and in the objective.
Oh, Jesus. That hit him harder than his first period. Oh, Jesus.
Well, that could be a confusing time for a...
It's gonna be a real confusing time for any guy.
A lot of emotions. There's a lot of things. What's happening? Why me? I thought I was a guy. I didn't think this could happen.
But some key things to keep in mind. Olaf did get the shutdown from Samira, so that has some more gold into his pocket. He does have the Gore Drinker completed. Now, it's going to be important for the Bonobos to actually build Grievous Wounds this time around. Instead, it will need some for the Samira, but Samira's low health enough that you can just blow her up without really needing it if you can chain the CC on her, or get a good Malzahar ult on her.
There we see Ferris being able to smite out the buff as we see the counter-strike hitting too, and Olaf's in a lot of trouble. He's not low, but Jax is just going to be able to get out. It's a 3-on-1 now, and it's going to be a 2-0 now for the Bonobos here on the top side. They are not just have 3 kills on their Samira, but they control top side of the map as well.
Ornn went fishing.
Indeed, but in mid lane, Sora did get first tower gold all by himself. So that's an extra 450 gold into his pocket.
I think bot lane's trying to get blood from a stone here. I don't think they're doing... I think Verywood's having a rough series.
Now, would you consider putting Vayne to be able to get some safe farm either in mid or in top lane?
You need an insurance policy somewhere. You need to start roaming. You either do 3-1-1, you do 4-1. Like, who really can stand up against Zoe though? Like, Zoe will just poke them out of lane, right? And if Lilia gets,
I would say Olaf. I'd say Olaf can stand against Zoe because he tries to sleep. She tries to sleep him. He Ragnarok runs right at her. There's nothing she can do about it.
Yeah, but they have enough bursts where they could probably burst Olaf out in one combo from 2 players, like Zoe and anyone else. Like my issue is that you use Olaf to what? CS the wave with the axe, and everybody sits on tower while
it's not a long-term strategy.
It's not. I think they need to rotate Vayne into a side lane, get the farm, or put her in the team, and they have to try to push towers. They got to do something different. They're reactive right now.
Well, here we're having a proactive play from the Bonobos starting this Rift Herald, but the proactive play this time around not working for the Bonobos, and the Direwolves are not only going to pick up the kill on the jungler, going to get this Rift Herald as well, and let's see if they can turn this into more. Jax here on the back end, going to get all kinds of damage onto Mouse, who's going to continue moving up. There's a little bit of a mistake there, running right into the damage, and now Olaf's onto 2 people, and he's going to have a little bit of trouble finishing them down. Doesn't quite have the damage, as we're once again having fights all over the map. 2-on-2 in the bot lane, 2-on-1 here in the top. We're having Ornn trying to get out. He's having a hard time because the red buff of Jax just won't let him get away. And now, a 3-for-0, boosted Bonobos. They lost the Rift Herald, they lost their jungler, but they come fighting back with a 3-0 team fight win.
So here's my issue right now. Samira is, in my mind, a pretty soft counter. I don't know if you want to call it soft, hard counter to Ornn.
Yeah, I just gotta stop you right there. That was the engage. I don't think you thought he was gonna hit it, but here now they have to be able to get.
Coming in from Malzahar.
All these resources.
Ulting with Samira.
They have to follow up. They have to. Oh, a little bit of miscommunication there. I really.
The Unbreakable is there.
It's a 3-on-3, but
now
Lily's got full health. Oh wow. And this is what Lily excels at.
Devastating.
The play was there. They could have done it. Malzahar wasn't wrong to go in on the Samira, but the team was already backing up when he did. It was just a little bit of herky-jerky. Do we go? Do we back? Do we go? Oh, we're going. All right. It wasn't enough. But here, once again, Olaf here in the fight. It's a 2-on-1, and he's actually looking like he's going to win this. Here on Samira, it could be a massive shutdown. This game is back to square one. Yuki going to drop the rip, going to get the double kill, and he's going to get pressure elsewhere on the map as well. Let's not forget, there's also a dragon, and he's going to be going for it. Let's
Yuki.
see, Zoe.
89% kill participation. 8 of the 9 kills that the bonobos, that the direwolves have gotten, he's been a part of. 7 of which he's gotten himself. Now, they use the Rift Herald to break down the bot lane turret, which gives them a lot more leeway and a lot more space to go out and get these drakes. It is an Infernal Soul, so they want to start stacking these Infernal Drakes, get more damage out there, and all that good stuff.
Stripes? Got a question. I know, Rav, I know you, you've seen it.
Gotta engage.
Oh.
Well, it's going to be a 7-10 split there with that ball going right down the middle, but I tell you what doesn't miss is Malzahar's ult, and it hits right on the money. One down, Zoe
like you
taken
said,
out
Rav,
of the game.
easy to execute. Simple,
That's
press
what you're talking
R.
about. Oh, and another big hook here from Panzer. He lands on the Lilia, who has to go back as well as the They're both back, and he cleans it up
Go,
with
Yuki.
the Space Aids. The new pandemic-like ability that Malzahar can use, whatever name you want to call it, the China AIDS or whatever, he's able to use it and cleans it up.
I think
Tencent just wrecked you. You're just on a list now, bro.
I think Eri killed her. I think Eri killed Lilia.
Oh wow.
I am pretty sure Eri killed. I think Eri killed Lilia. I think that was what did it. That was a huge fight win. It pulled out massively. Still, 10 of 11 kills.
We're watching war crimes right now, man. Like, it looks like Uganda out there for heck's sakes. Like
now,
some sort of bloody civil war going on.
I will.
There's more than
Bro, someone should tell the bonobos that this shit is like they have families. All these guys have families, and this is not. I wanted 3-4 games. I wanted something, bro.
Here's something that I will point out. Some key things to look out for. Ornn is level 12. 2 more, he can start upgrading items. He's definitely going to upgrade Gore Drinker first on the Olaf, as he's the most fed person on their team. That's how they're going to win the game.
Yuki.
Meanwhile, the gold is so much closer. 2,000 gold difference, as opposed to, I'm pretty sure it was like 4,000 or 5,000 at this point in the last game. Still in the bonobos' favor, but it's much more doable for the Direwolves.
Samira answers the Ornn question. Ornn ults, Samira does the bubble, the shield, whatever, and
Braum does as well.
They got a lot of answers for Ornn. I didn't realize it in the start. I didn't see it. I should have, but
Same here.
Direwolves are in a little situation.
Ornn was available in that game 1. They didn't pick it because Braum had been first picked.
But this is a double. This is a double solution. Last game was a single solution.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure they didn't pick the Ornn. They picked the Poppy because they thought Aurelia was going top, not going mid. Because they thought there's so much AD on this team, they're probably going to go for an AP mid laner instead of Aurelia. They were wrong in that, but Ornn here still is a really good choice, in my opinion. An item I do want to see Olaf build as well is Spirit Visage. Because you that MR, survive Lilia, survive Zoe. At the same time, increase the healing from Gore Drinker because the passive of Spirit Visage.
It looks like he's going to go the Sterix gauge as Midnight Gaming Direwolves start the Baron. What is it, Waff? Looks like there's going to be a big objective take here.
I just don't want them to go quietly in tonight.
Well, they're not.
They're not. They're taking Baron. It is very low. They're going to get it. There's not even going to be a massive response.
Good pressure mid.
Great map movement there. Great shot call.
And now look at that, the goal lead.
This is a key moment. If the Direwolves do end up winning, we got to think about who made that shot call at 22 minutes in to go for that Baron.
It seemed like Yuki's leading the way.
If they can come back in that, I want to find out.
Look at this gold lead now, 200. It is negligible at this point. The gold lead is so negligible. We have a game right now. Not to mention, Baron Buff is going to be up for the Direwolves, allowing them to pressure more lanes for this dragon that's coming up. Reverse screws up the charge and has to flash out to his safety.
A little bit of a screw up.
Just a little. That's going to be down for 5 minutes.
It's all good though. I think Vincent's taking the foot off the pedal a little bit. He's kind of just
You can let his
letting it
team
go.
try to carry.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? As he just blows up Panzer, getting caught out isolated.
He's like one of those new Teslas, bro. 0 to 60 in a second. Like just.
Look at this! Look at this!
I like it. I like the decision
Bonobos
here from Sora. He has the Baron buff. He's going to be able to clean through these objectives real fast, and he should be able to get this without a contest. He
Vincent's
really
coming though.
like...
Vincent's hungry, bro. He's got that African hunger for sure.
Well, let's see if Malzahar can get away, and he goes ahead, he lands the silence on him, and then follows up with the ult. This time he has the ult when he does the 1v1, and you can see it doesn't matter. Those 6 kills, it didn't come into effect for Zoe. Malzahar had the ult, he had the minions, he already had done the damage, he did the silence, and he cleaned it up. It's a different story, and not only that, he takes the inhibitor. Here at 24 minutes, these Direwolves, I tell you, Moss has never been such a clear analogy of how these guys just keep sticking around. Sticking around.
It's invasive. It's invasive.
They are sticking around. Now the goal lead is in their favor. Once again, it's kind of negligible, but it's now getting close thanks to that turret getting taken down. You have super minions pushing in the mid lane for the Direwolves. Baron buff is still active for a little bit longer, but now they're pushing out these lanes.
You better put your chin strap on, bro. I think this is gonna get spicy. Like this is gonna get.
Oh man, everyone's got their cup. Everyone's got a check.
I'm strapping in. Seatbelt on.
All right, let's go.
Like I need
your 5-point seatbelt on. We got top lane. We got bot lane. Top lane looks like it's gonna be the action.
Here's my solution.
All right.
Samsung actually played a comp like this, where they just picked freaking Malzahar and it was simple to execute. Get him, Yuki.
Simple to execute. Ferris is dead.
Oh! That thresh hook.
Being able to get the pick onto Ferris, so that it was a clear pick off there.
The thing to keep in mind, Orange 14, and right now we have a Ceaseless Hunger. That is an upgraded Gourd Drinker on the Olaf, right before he started charging it into the Bonobos bot lane. Right now,
log himself up in that. He needs to go.
Now here,
60 attacks damage here, and the Ceaseless Hunger here, the upgraded Gore Drink. That's just wild. Extra health, extra base healthy regen.
He is the engine for this team. Let's be honest here, right? Yuki is 100% the engine in this. Soranaga is actually doing really well, like being quick on the ult, just locking people down, allowing Panzer to actually make clean hooks. Like it's
not only that, now that he has Demonic Embrace, now he has Leandri's Anguish, he now has so much DOT that it's just going to be devastating for anyone that gets caught in the ult, especially if they're squishy. And that's who, and there's no true tank on this team. Braum is like the tankiest one. And
well, when keep going.
And it's just Sora's now online. Vayne is still getting there. Yuki's been online. And now Reverse is utilizing these ornaments to start.
No, we don't want that. You don't want what's in door number 1, trust me.
Absolutely, Thresh Society not to, and he's going to go ahead and lay the ult down. That's 3 people on him. Malzahar is going to try to come up, and that's right, he's being able to take him out, but
very wet.
Trading kill back. It's a 1-for-1 right now.
Very wet. What do you got?
Very wet. It's got all kinds of damage onto Vincent. He's going to go ahead and flash out, but that's not going to be hit for Lofton. You have it very wet. Who's going nuts? He's cracked, boys.
He hit Vincent.
He's going crazy.
Vincent got hit with the Orin ultimate. He's super low. He is super low.
Let your wings fly.
Meanwhile, Olaf getting all kinds
These
of
guys
damage here at the
are-
top. You got minions flooding to the Bonobo's base. There's 2 of them. They're going to head back, but they keep charging. The Direwolves are not taking no for an answer. There was no silver
Are they looking
bullet
to end?
for them this game.
Oh,
The
yes.
Bonobos are going to try
Gentlemen.
to stop this. They're going to try to get whatever silver that they can. Sword, shield,
Oh,
helmet,
the Veiny!
dagger. What do they got?
The
This is
Condemned!
a game of this is Pokemon, bro. Sword and shield.
They're going. They almost got it.
Oh.
They're gonna be able to. This single shot.
Attack the next
Olaf
Yuki.
is just one shot. He
Yuki's
just
doing
has
whatever
to
he wants.
target it. And it froze. It's gone. It's gone. I believe that's the end of the game. I believe that was it. It froze. I
Let
believe
me
that
undo
was
my
it.
seatbelt. Let me undo my seatbelt. It's getting a little tight.
Oh, what an end! I can't believe
What?
that.
Foot
Oh,
off pedal, nukes Thresh. That's exactly right, Chad.
oh
I said
my
it. Foot off
god.
pedal, and then he nukes him. Just absolutely. You don't even know what you're getting, bro. You think you're ordering off the menu, and then all of a sudden you're getting some random shit. What the hell? What the hell's in the bag? That game looked like it was a. It kind of looked like Vincent was just like drinking, or maybe just chilling out, just doing nothing. He could have. It felt like he was so strong. Jungle difference, eh? What the hell?
I
Yeah,
believe.
excellent game. I also got to give a big up to Sora in the Malzahar in mid lane. Gotta say, really bouncing back compared to game 1 as I'm in camera, adjusting myself. Yes, I'm ready. Now, straight ahead and
Listen,
focused.
That
Oh,
tie?
yeah, I got-
Look at that tie, bro. Look at that tie. Look at that.
Oh, ah.
So,
Uh,
guys, we have a
you gotta get one of those
series!
spinning ones. Can we get the spinning one, bro?
oh.
Guys, we do
Gotta get
have
that.
a series, so
Do you have a chin strap for that hat? We're gonna need it, bro. Like, I'm serious. You got like a belt or something you could probably put on it? Because this shit is getting at it.
I mean,
like,
I have cat ears.
like my hairline's receding, right? So I don't usually wear hats, but you got cat ears. What in? That shit was supposed to stay in Las Vegas. You don't bring the props home. Like, and I hope you quarantine for 2 weeks after you came back. We don't want no spreading. No
All right.
super spreading events.
Wow, guys, I can't believe what we just saw there. A dead even game getting broken open, and it was that decision by Malzahar, instead of going towards a toss-up dragon fight, decides to push mid lane, knocks out the base turret and the inhibitor,
Mm.
ends up, and then a couple team fights later, they end up pushing right down mid lane and winning it. Real good decision. Yeah, Sora, Yuki, the Japanese connection there, really coming out strong. Asian pride, man.
Bro, that's the craziest thing to happen in a while. That was interesting as shit.
Very, very fun to watch. And we're getting another one, guys. We are getting another one. Now that the series is tied up, the Boosted Bonobos did lose the last game, so they have side
Are you
selection.
making gang
They-
signs?
They wanted to go on blue side, so now they're gonna be on blue. Direwolves are gonna be on red. So
Okay.
I'm excited. I am excited.
I'm fucking loving chat. Chat, you guys are the shit. Stripes, those cat ears, brother. Like I don't even want to continue talking about it. We don't have to talk about it, but I'm just saying. Outstanding. I don't know if I have the gall to pull him out on cam, but you, my friend, straight shooter.
I mean, not entirely straight.
Vincent, eat my badonkadonk. Okay, so that's a little bit more extreme. I'm not about. I try to keep my swearing down every so often. Stripes, good question. Chat. Do you have a maid outfit? Is that in your repertoire?
Would you
I
be
gotta say,
surprised if I said yes?
If I listen, I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm gonna get my flash onesie on right now because we need to be going fast this game. I want it hard, fast. It's got to be good.
If anyone has their Rammus hats, go ahead, put it on. If you've got you know any sort of Timo paraphernalia, bring it out. You got yourself a jersey? I got my jersey. You got your league jersey? Go right ahead. Bust them out. We have game 3. It's going to be coming up any moment now here in the grand tournament. Once again, the Bonobos and the Direwolves.
Vincent's in chat, bro. He's in chat. Hey, Vincent. Vincent, stop taking your foot off the pedal, bro. Get going. Let's see it. I want.
Foot
fucking
off
think
the
I'm gonna-
pedal, yet he blows people up. Like
That was
that.
like right. That was that thrash, right? That I was.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
hands are on the Thresh. Thresh is not the most tankiest support, but
Well, I just want to see Vincent go wild. Like remove your pants, grease yourself up. I want to see absolute movement, bro. I want to see maybe they should just let a Cali through and let's see what he's got with that.
ooh,
Against the Malzahar, it might work, right?
Hey, that Malzahar pick, he went back to season 6 with Core JJ. Was it 6 or 7? With Core JJ and Crown on Samsung.
It was definitely being played in the support role when
Bro.
it was last really meta.
Vincent doesn't hate black people, bro. There is absolutely no racism in that guy. Okay, no. The only one DMing you is somebody else's mother. Don't worry about it. It's not.
So I gotta say, just looking at what the game that we just saw, we saw the Direwolves go ahead and really switch up their picks and change their comp up, and it ended up working out for them. Let's put the shoe on the other foot here. What do the Bonobos need to do to be able to take out this game and win it? Like, what are they gonna
Ban
do? What are they gonna
Olaf!
pick? What do you think?
ban Olaf.
Hey,
There's a-
Yuki.
There's
Yuki's
a
had
reason.
Two good choices.
There's-
Two good champs, bro. He's got.
There's a reason. There is a reason why Olaf is hard banned in pro play. There is a reason, and that is the reason why. Because he just runs at you. Gore Drinker heals him up. He's immune to CC for a good amount of time because of his ultimate. And there's just nothing you can do to stop him other than blow him up. And that's nearly impossible with the amount of resistances he has when he has Sterix, when he has Gore Drinker. It is so hard to deal with an Olaf running at you, especially if you don't have a lot of disengage tools.
Way to
And
go, Yuki.
most of those disengage tools don't work. So Olaf just needs to get
Vincent.
gone.
Vincent's talking a little bit of trash. I'm a big fan of this. I'm a big fan of this type of action. I don't think people should be nice, right? I think that people should talk just enough shit to cover the table. No, bro. Keep it going, Vincent. Let him have it. Tell Yuki to come back because Yuki's actually doing really good in jungle. Like that guy is fighting everybody. He looks like Genghis Khan out there.
I was a little skeptical of Yuki moving over to the jungle for this match. But at the same time, look at what he's doing. He had two incredible games that you really can't put it out. Yuki was a hard carry in the mid lane for most of the entire season. So
Yes.
moving
yes,
over to
agreed.
jungle for the grand finals was an interesting change because Sora was doing really well in the jungle as when he first came out as a replacement, turning into the mainstay. But now they switched roles. It's very interesting to see that Yuki is still performing really, really well.
His Japanese connection. Okay, first off, yes, Crown did pick Malzahar so he wouldn't get pooped on by Faker. He actually talked about that when he came over and played on CLG. Holy Jesus, Crown played on CLG. You know that's about the money. But anyway, yeah,
It looked good for like one season, right?
Hey, listen, I think they found out their solution. If Samsung does it at the highest level in finals to Faker because they know Crown can't compete with them, why can't that strategy work here? Right? If Vincent wants to talk shit in the chat, you just pick Malzahar and hit the R button, and then you just laugh at him the whole time. You can't outplay R button.
I mean, you
And
can.
hey-
It's called QSS.
Yes, and Sandrick's out here asking about hype for Very Wet. Let me tell you, Okay, Very Wet's been playing some Call of Duty. Okay, he's a little cracked out. Okay, from that, it takes him a little while to get his hands unformed from the controller and onto the mouse. So I guarantee you, Very Wet, this game will literally drop. He's like Kobe Bryant. Okay, game 7, the last game, you give the ball to Very Wet. Guarantee you, he's gonna drop something just for you, Sandrick. Just fucking for you, bud.
Are we ready to get into game number 3, guys? Because I've been
they're
ready.
They're just taking a quick couple minutes, but it should be just a minute or two more for both teams to be ready.
Ban Ivern.
You gonna do the ban, Ivern?
Everyone,
bro. Yes, Vincent. Vincent, contact me. You and me will set it up. We'll start selling your feet pictures. We'll make a ton of money. Okay, just go hype in this next game. Just go wild.
Okay, starting out with bans. Maokai, once again, another ban they don't want to see. We'll see if they try and leave things up. They're definitely going to ban the Vayne away. They don't want Uwu to pick that one up. Ooh!
Isn't that kind of interesting?
Ooh, a respect ban for the Malzahar.
Good to know.
Ooh.
They didn't want that. Vincent knew.
They did not want that at all. There it is. They banned Olaf. That is
SKT didn't think about it, man. SKT didn't even ban it. Vincent knows, bro. He's not willing to go down that road.
So they banned
Tourney.
Ooh, the one time. Okay, the one time they don't ban Kai'Sa, Kai'Sa gets picked. Kai'Sa, for those who don't know, and you've either been living under a rock or you just got into League or just got back into League, Kai'Sa is busted right now. Absolutely busted.
We have a guy calling out in stream right now. He's saying that he's much cuter than you, Stripes, even though I have to tell you that hat is spot on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Viego's on the rift.
This is not good.
Ooh, Viego is on the rift, guys.
Who do you think it's going to?
I think it's going to go
Yuki?
straight to Yuki. I think it's going straight to Yuki. Yuki, I'm pretty sure Yuki can... I think Yuki can pull it off really well. Lofton going for Braum for the 3rd time in a row.
Gentlemen, I just gotta defend myself there for a moment. Just in that CasterRav is has a little bit of knowledge about Asian culture. Yuki actually means snow in Japanese, and Vigo is a white character. As you can see, white hair, white face. It's the snow character. There you go. Rav knows stuff. I know some Japanese. I know what I'm talking about.
You are married to one, so I would assume yes. Yes.
So that is 2 big bans that changed and are immediately picked up in the Kai'Sa and the Shen. No Shen's going top because they picked Braum. Sora's gonna pick up Annie. Annie, another safe pick. And now here comes the mid lane bans. Aurelia is gone.
So we could tell right now that their 80 carry's not messing around. The Kai'Sa picks really meta. You're gonna play Shen for team fights, and I'm thinking that's Bonobos realizing that there's a lot of fights, a lot of chaos. It's looking like Ethiopia out there. It's pretty crazy. So you might as well just pick champs that can team fight. And Braum 3 games in a row, like Chad said, man. This is like, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And Braum Kai'Sa is pretty stupid strong.
I also have to point out Shen being let go for the first time, and Link's be able to get that in the top lane. So again, it'd been banned every time since now. So they get a lot of comfort. The 80 carry Uyu has played Kai'Sa before in the season. It is a comfort champion. It is a strong champion for him. I really like this boosted Bonobos comp so far. Let's see what they rounded up with here. The Direwolves gonna go ahead and take Ezreal.
There's that safe pick. There is that safe pick. You can play around on the Ezreal well, he can be safe, not to mention he has some extra safety with the Thresh. It is super safe. Meanwhile, we have an Evelyn coming out in the jungle. And so far, looking very interesting. Coming out of the Bonobos side, we'll see what they pick coming into the mid lane.
I think there's going to be style. Some grace.
The final game, and it's
Style,
gonna be
grace,
Yone.
and a whole lot of mass. We're getting Yone, and I hate that he picked it. Here's why. Annie is a hard counter to Yone. He just counterpicked himself.
Do you think Vincent cares? Vincent's out here taking feet pictures and sending them into my DMs, bro. He doesn't give a shit right now. He's doing whatever he
You know what? You make a fair point. You make a
What a
fair
beast.
point.
doesn't even care, bro.
We're gonna ask him about this. If the Bonobos end up winning this game, let's ask why he ended up choosing the Yone into this comp. I'll be interested to hear. He has played the Yone before, has looked strong on it. The last time he picked it up, I believe it was either the semifinals or the finals. It was fairly recently. It did extremely well on it. So look forward for another big game from Vincent. And like you said, Stripes, he's going to be up against it. See if Sora is comfortable with the Annie. If he's got that stun up and ready, that when Yone goes forward, you just put a stop to that. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. And we'll see if some more stimulus checks get passed.
Indeed. So,
That's
The
it.
monkey. No.
I really am very, very interested in how this game is going to flesh out, because bot lane is going to be very, very safe on the side of the Direwolves. Mid lane, it's favored for the Direwolves. The jungle, entirely a skill matchup, as it always is. Top lane, you have Gnar versus Shen. Both want to do completely different things. I don't expect a lot of heavy trading in the top lane. Some dives, maybe, but I don't expect a lot of heavy trading. I do also, before we continue on with all this, I do want to give a quick shout out to Dion, who had the foresight of making sure I had the pictures for the two newest champions, and it proved to be very, very helpful right now, as Viego does get picked up by Yuki.
Okay, so I want to make a shout out. Jackson 20 Bill. You take that name, you take that champ, you get him out of here. Absolutely not. I don't want to see him. I don't want to see that shit. Gnar, I don't like Gnar. Nobody plays good Gnar.
Did you see Hooney play him a couple of times recently? Is there something that's affecting you emotionally here?
Yes.
Hey,
I got
hey.
anger right now.
To be fair, Hooney looked a lot better in the C9 series. He looked a lot better.
The top pick for top lane, aside from Renekton.
Not just with Gragas. He had something else when Fudge picked Gragas. But
Nar's
he's still
OP. Nah, brother.
Nar's not OP.
No, he's saying it's OP in chat though.
Something.
Christina Applegate.
Now, I do want to give a few insights into Viego for those who don't know. Viego is, think of him like a reverse Silas. 100% reverse Silas. When he takes over a champion, he takes over everything about that champion except their ultimate.
Wasn't this Yorick?
He's an AD champion.
No, but Yorick back in like what, season 3?
Yeah, up until like, I don't know, season 7 or 8 or something. It wasn't that long.
Also, for those who are curious about lore, Thresh and Viego also have a neat little reunion. So, just a little lore tidbit.
I'm sure the chat's gonna ask this, so I'll get it out before them. If you're gonna talk about lore, can we get a cosplay as you tell the stories of them? And I'm gonna need
No.
What type of false advertising is this? I thought we get the whole show. I paid for the show.
You can't get it all off the first time. The first time, right? You gotta build. It's anticipation, okay?
FB Junior knows, bro. Lore play or we leave, bro. Lore play.
Okay, can you make maybe a cape with some of your sheets or something, and then maybe we could do something. I'm just joking. We're just having some fun around here. This is the fun cast, also known as the comedy cast occasionally. Here in the grand finals, we had a very successful season 1, and it's just coming to a close with this final game. It's all going to come down to this game. We're going to have the champions banner is going to be permanently up on the League Amateur Series website. Join up if you haven't. Chat, if you're listening on Twitch, I can see there's about 30 of you listening. If you haven't gone ahead and followed the channel, go ahead and follow the Twitch channel. We only stream the important games, the big games, the games that you want to watch, the casted games. Go ahead and follow us, and you're going to get a little update whenever we're on. And we hope to be on more in the future. If you're any future casters that are listening to us, go ahead and give us a contact. Stripes here. I hadn't even met Stripes a year ago, and then here he is on the final cast. Going ahead with this beautiful scenes here with the art from Dion and all the hard work from Panzer, and it's just a big old love fest here in Game 3. And CasterRav is glad.
Okay, and also tell them about what they get, Rav. If they do subscribe or do anything, they get those pictures of Stripes with the cosplay and those feet pics, bro. Get those feet pics. These guys want to see toes. I want to see toes. Show the toes.
All right, back into the game.
No, hold on. Yeah, Hobbit feet, bro. Show us your Hobbit feet. Take me to the Shire, Stripes.
Oh, this is good time. Guys, I thank you for being here. This is wow, what a culmination of 2020. I know we're in 2021, but the future is bright here in the LAS.
Indeed,
and,
it is.
I cannot wait for season 2. Sign up, join the website. We're going to have our new rules out soon. We're going to have an introduction video. We're going to have a rules video. There's going to be all kinds of videos and art and casters, and it's going to be all together here just to have a good time as some moderate, level League of Legends players. If you're diamond or higher, get out. We don't want to play. You're too good. We admit it. That's fine. Everyone else, come on in. We're going to have a good time.
Hey, and the way things are going in society, we'll be streaming from the feed camp. We're going to keep going. No matter where we are, no matter what happens, we're going to keep this going.
As long as we can.
No. Straight from the FEMA camp. We'll set it up.
All right.
Whatever they choose to do.
So
I think very wet. I think very wet on Ezreal. This game has the part. I want to see it. I need to see it. If he doesn't tonight when he plays COD with me, I'm not baiting for him. I don't give a shit. He's baiting for me.
Who do you think, Stripes? Who do you think is going to be the key player in this game? Waff's already kind of made his prediction as we have a little bit of damage in the top lane.
I think it's going to be the jungle mid duo. It's going to be the jungle mid duo entirely. Both sides of it is going to be very interesting. Evelyn, we all know how Evelyn works. We all know what she wants to do. She's a really strong champ when she snowballs. Yone, we've seen too much of what Yone wants to do. We see what happens when he snowballs. Annie is a hard counter to Yone, and unless there's a lot of influence from Evelyn, which we're probably not going to see a lot before level 6 because that's just what Evelyn is, Annie is going to have a great time in this lane. And Viego, he wants to get kills, steal enemy champions, and pump out their damage.
So you think Yuki can do good on this champ in jungle?
I believe he can. As again, we see a bot lane gank being set up by Yuki.
Quickly, before we get any first kills, I'm going to get my prediction here, and I'm going to say it's going to be Lynx YT in the top lane, getting his Shen that was feared in the first 2 games, gone ahead and picked it up in 3rd pick, and he now has it and is going ahead and fighting Gnar that has the upgraded Gnar. Gnar was just buffed here, his Uber Gnar, and here, even though he was buffed, he's still not going to be liking that trade against Shen. This is why Shen is so strong. He just fought a buffed up Gnar and won.
It's that Q% max health damage, and that's first blood onto the Shen. Meanwhile, Panzer is forced to flash to avoid the charm from the Evelyn, throwing the lantern, bringing Very Wet down to safety.
So Yuki's gonna have to do this. He's gonna have to do some majestic shit right now. I think that he's gonna have to show us the same look he showed us in the first 2 games with Pantheon and Olaf. He's just gonna have to be as refined on this champ as he was then.
So
Or this game's over.
So here's something else to teach the people a little bit more about Viego. So Viego's passive works in a way where when a champion dies, they become a mist wraith, kind of like Senna, but looking exactly like the champion. You can then right click like auto attacking, and then you'll become untargetable for about 1 second, and then become that champ and heal for a little bit of health, while keeping the proportionate percent max health the same. When he is that champion,
you want to kill strong people, right? You want to kill strong people and get
yes.
their.
That's not what Stalin said. Stalin said we get the weak people.
When he is that champion, he has literally everything he has literally everything that champion has. Level, items, abilities, everything except the ultimate.
For the Emperor, Yuki. For the Emperor.
And as you can see, down here in the bottom, his portrait, his entire thing will fit to the champion that he has possessed. Because...
Well, he gets the first kill on his team once again, Yukimoto. So we're asking, can he do it on this champion? Well, he's got a nice CS lead. He was able to get double scuttles and did pick up his team's first kill. So once again, the gold is in the pockets of their carry, jungler Yukimoto. But, you know, Waff is thinking it's going to be very wet. You know what? He has had a quiet series, a little bit unusual for him. So it would be nice to see him wake up and join Yukimoto and start pumping out some damage for the rest of the team.
He thinks he's got the AK-74U on him right now. trying to shoot, trying to wallbang.
This is going to be in the bot lane. It's going to be the battle of the hyper scaling ADC. Ezreal, as we all know, not a traditional ADC with his build items, but he is still very, very powerful, especially if he can get a good WQ combo, especially when he has Divine Sunder and Muramana completed.
Oh, and that Ravenous Hydra too. That is just so...
Indeed.
I'm still not used to that, where it's on abilities and it auto attacks, it procs the...
There's been like a 50-50 going, a lot of 80 carries.
In action in the top lane, Lynx is getting chunked out a lot. Reverse, back to Mininar with the range.
Gotta be very careful here. The flash is down for Shen. Gonna be up in about another minute when he's gonna have a lot of kill pressure on the top. But it's more you have to be worried as the Gnar in this case in top. One single taunt from Shen and you're toast.
Look at what Yuki's doing. The dragon got killed. He immediately moves into the blue side top jungle, steals away the blue buff, and starts going for the Gromp as well. As we might see a dive coming in onto the Shen. There's a control ward there. And he's gonna just back away.
Did you guys like that? Would you have liked to try to force that? There was about 10 minions there. Would you have liked a force there, or did you like the back off?
I liked the back off because there were still reinforcements coming for Lynx. So
well, they didn't know. They didn't know Evelyn, right? I don't think they had any vision from what I understood on Evelyn.
Evelyn is level. Evelyn is not level 6 yet, so she doesn't have her stealth. There are some red wards in the top river, mostly the top river brush. I think it was more of a safety play. They didn't know where Evelyn was. They just didn't want to overforce. Smart call, as right now it looks like that Yuki is going over to the Rift Herald and will claim it for himself.
I'm impressed by Yuki this whole series, man. This guy has been, every game has been involved. He has been a prominent member of this team.
Indeed, and I do want to point out, this game is definitely a lot different than the past ones. It is This is a very a slow pace game. Nice to chill out a little bit. It's gonna pick up. There's a lot of champions that want to scale up, want to get items before they really want to start fighting. So when they start getting those items, then we're gonna see the bloodbath start again.
And
And
I'm gonna give a little bit of props here for Panzer Villari on the Thresh. He had a really good game too, and was able to make some of those key picks in getting the Direwolves to their lead and to be able to take that game too. So let's see if he can do it again. He's already warmed up on the pick, and he landed some really key hooks on carries, and they're going to be challenging here. Going to go ahead and land the play and flash out. Really wants to make sure his 80 carry gets out. You lot, but everyone gets out here in the bot lane for the Direwolf.
If you
Panzer flashed right in between the Evelyn and the Ezreal, blocking the hate spike and preventing the charm onto Very Wet. That is a great heads-up play by Panzer to keep his ADC alive. If he needed to, he had exhaust, but we have a fight going on around the Drake pit. Well, 2 minutes before Drake starts, and they're just going to back away. But I still have to give props to Panzer. That was a great heads-up play with the flash.
Oh my god, Riot, you're just dropping new champs that are wonky.
Hard to keep track sometimes.
Oh my god, this isn't season 2 or 3 anymore. It's just getting wild.
I mean, ever since they released Jin, non-traditional ADCs have been the flavor of the month. So.
Hey, Jin, I like Jin. Jin's is my favorite champion.
Oh, we got an
Here,
engage coming in the bot lane.
That's right. Brahms be able to get the ult out onto Panzer, who's going to go ahead and back, but we're having Yukimoto be able to go ahead and counter on the back. It's a 3-on-2. The gank is going to come forward. Get locked in. It's going to be going out. He has to flash out. Yukimoto can try to do a lot of damage, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to try to get out. There's only one lantern. Only one of them can take it, and it's going to be Yukimoto as Very Wet has the flash as he tries to get out double play to be able to cause that play to go down, and no one is going to trade. And like you're saying, Stripes, a very different game from our game 2 that, if you remember, we had fights in all 3 lanes simultaneously at this point.
Yeah, it's a very slow game, and we saw a whole lot of action and nothing came of it. Literally nothing but the trade of summoner spells, the trade of ultimates. That was it. That being said, there's only a Hex Flash for the bottom lane, and that's going to be Lofton. And with that Hex Flash, the only summoner there, and it's not even really a true summoner if you're in the middle of combat. Meanwhile, Shen doesn't have his ultimate, so that is also something to keep in mind. Reverse making room for this Rift Herald to get a charge in, getting all the gold over to Yuki.
Nara's doing pretty good versus fucking Shen. It's a good choice.
He is up 10 CS.
There's a lot of wrong shit I've said tonight. I like just
the thing about Narpic though that make him seem like he's not good as we get into the dragon fight.
Going over to Yukimoto to be able to smite that away as the kill goes over to Vincent. Is taking out the jungler. Bonobos are going to try to carry this team fight here towards the end. Andy's trying to get out, doesn't get away this time, but as we're having a fight, this is back to the game 2 like we're liking. Game 3, action all over the map as being able to get the kill in top lane under turret. Nar, that we were saying was doing all right, has now died a second time 1v1 against the Shen. Looks like my dark horse is not so dark.
Reverse greeted for the turret. He greeted so hard for it. It is so low right now. He wanted that last plate. He wanted first turret gold. Come on, 2 autos and that turret is dead, man. You just didn't have the minions for it.
You know Nar was swearing on his mic. You know it.
Yes, he definitely was.
At least 2.5 swear words were said.
Guys, can I throw in a little factoid on one of the
Say
players
it.
here?
Drop
I'm gonna
it.
do it right now.
Ooh.
As we have the blue buffs going right over, Yukimoto's able to steal it. Not only that, being able to get the kill onto the enemy jungler, and he's not done yet. He wants to go against the level 11 Shen, but even with double buffs, that might not be a good idea.
Oh, he's going back,
Like
and he has help from his team. He does manage to ult over the wall to get to safety. Oh, stun coming out from Annie. Lynx is just gonna go down here. Kill from Annie, and that's first turret taken down, and a shutdown going over to Sora.
They've totally watched goddamn Independence Day, bro. They are not going quietly. They 100% watched it.
Look who's got 2 kills now is Vincent on Yone. He's not going quietly. He said, I can do it more on Aurelia and Cat. Look, I got a pool. I got an ocean over here. Does he live in California? You got a big ocean there.
All I gotta say is I'm really impressed. Vincent, what are you doing? Oh, he does get the ult, but he is exhausted. Shen is going to pop up. Divine Sunder has been completed for the Ezreal. Oh, Sora is within execute range of Gnar is getting chased. Is down.
In trouble here.
And he is going to take down the Lantern. Not quite there. However, Luden's Tempest does come online for Annie, man. Sora did come out just in time. Over life. And here's something you don't see too often. 3 players on the same team with the same mythic item. 3 Divine Sunderers on the board. Ezreal, Viego, and Gnar.
Braum diving under the tower, taking a single tower shot and getting out. He is Braum. He is strong.
I don't know if he really wanted to dive under the tower. Panzer kind of forced him there.
So. Yeah, he's
All right, I gotta go ahead and say it. So my little factoid. So Sora there, high-level Dota 2 player, top 1% in the world.
holy.
There you go. He's coming over from Dota into League. Apparently the game for simpletons, I disagree. But this is what Dota players say, haha. And then nobody cares about your game, Dota, unless you're in Russia. Haha.
Or it's the TI. Or it's TI.
Hey, there's a lot of money in the TI, man.
Oh, there's a hell of a lot of money in TI.
I heard next year is gonna be like double because they didn't do it this year.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's gonna be like like 40 million or some shit.
Did you guys hear why they have such big prizes? They do a different way of getting funds. They go ahead and they crowdfund.
Yeah.
So they offer players.
Is it skins and shit in the game?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like skins, battle passes, items.
That's right. And they put that money towards the TI, which makes it the largest prize in esports, and why it has so much hype around it.
Do you know how much money that you could get from like literally league space if you just said like, listen, we're gonna see how much we're gonna judge, we're gonna raise the prize pool. Yeah, you just donate, buy these skins. Like, goddamn, $40 million would be easy for league. Easy.
Easy, 100%, especially if they release really good skins like they did when COVID started with the Nurse Shen, the Dr. Shen, Nurse.
They could really
another Soraka skin!
Yeah,
Order of the Banana Part 2!
Now, can you the real question is, can you cosplay that? Do you have a banana costume?
I do not have a banana costume.
What exactly do you have at this point, Strice? What do you got in your repertoire? Because I'm not hearing a lot. Like
I don't want to know all cosplay yet, but I tell you what I do know. Yukimoto's the one going down, but Vincent is going to be trying to clean up. That's going to be 2 over for the Bonobos. So is Sup Carry Me, and here he's going to go ahead, pick up the second kill. Now 2-0-4, bot lane going big for the Bonobos.
This is
very wet.
This is the problem with Kai'Sa right now. Ezreal doesn't really have the items to contest her in the damage department.
But he's got 0 assists, though. He's not really getting involved.
He's not getting involved at all. He still needs to finish Mana Mune so he can get that Muramana get more damage out there.
We should ask chat. Chat, are you supposed to finish your Mana Mune? on Ezreal first, or do you think you should go Divine Sunderer? What's the build? Because I feel like I actually don't even have a clue. Don't
It's
really
probably not a hard and fast rule.
It's not a hard and fast rule,
Mine?
but a lot of Ezreals usually like to go with the mirror
I'll try,
finish
bro.
Monomune first before doing Divine Sunderer, so you can get that more damage a lot quicker, and all that jazz.
I'll tell you who's looking envious over at everyone else in the map is Ferris, who does not have a completed item yet, just components. Wow, he could really use some gold. And whoa, that Thresh hook was oh so close.
If that Thresh hook landed, he was dead, because Sora just dropped the Tibbers. Or that would have been devastating if that hook had landed. He was a neat little stun over the wall.
Must have thought he was in Dota or some shit. And just dropped the stun.
Big pressure.
Oh, Panzer tried.
Lane. Flash.
There it is.
And they have to take this turret down before it does too much damage. And
turret is
damage
down.
Onto Valari, but he's not going to go down as of yet.
Yep.
Lofton is going to flash out, and now the hook hits. But Thresh is decided to go back in. Right here in the background.
Oh!
Lynx is going to try to go in, but he's going to be going down. Now, the Direwolves looks like they're going to have an advantage on this. Right now, it's one person down for the Bonobos. They do not go down anymore. And just a couple flashing red bars on the Bonobos.
Oh, reverse!
In, right onto Braum. They got to be able to get him. Yeah, they do. And he just be able to get out. Oh, so close. But Yon is in the background. He's the strongest on the team right now. He's got a second kill. What more is he going to do? He's going to be going for the triple here up on Yukimoto.
Oh my god. Goddamn, Vincent's going wild.
Wow, this is like Charlie Sheen from 5 years ago. Hashtag winning. He's on top of the world. Vincent on Yone.
But is it with the HIV or not with the HIV?
That was before he found out. He was still on top.
Yeah, just going wild. 8 balls and all that shit. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not bipolar. I'm bi winning.
Oh, what a line. What a line.
Jesus.
Now, key items are coming online. Things to point out. Yone just finished the IE. That is done. Sora is working on completing. Zanya's looks like both Viego and Gnar are going for the same second item in the Sterix gauge.
Rav, I need to ask you a question. Stripes, you could answer too. Do you think Vincent's playing with close on right now, or do you think he's 100% aerodynamic, just trying to carry this game, no bullshit?
I think definitely his pants are off. He might have an undergarment on his top side.
Okay, good question. Stripes for you. Socks or no socks?
I think the socks were on for the Zoe game. Rip. He just took them off for this one.
Bro,
he is showing no chill.
Both or just one?
Both. No chill. No chill in this game.
Shit. That's at least a war crime. He's looking like Coney out there. Just going
and here we're having some carried me. Going to be taken down. The Fnatic Bush. They've done this before, and it comes to be success again. The Direwolves.
Double 80 carry.
Not done yet.
Double 80 carry. Hit it.
He managed to get. He did throw away the Kaisa body. Not really much you could get out of it, but that was dangerous if they stuck around, because you would have a double 80 carry situation. And yeah, you wouldn't have the killer instinct with Viego, but you would still have the Kraken Slayer. Didn't have Collector at the time, but you still would have had Kraken Slayer, still would have had the passive, still would have had the damaging Q. Now they're setting up as for the second Mountain Drake of the game, trying to stop Boosted Bonobos from getting closer to that soul. I don't think we've actually had a Dragon Soul in this series yet.
We have not. But I tell you, the Bonobos do like this Mountain Soul, as they have 2 tanks on their team that will just get oh so strong with these increased defenses and possibly that shield if we get that far. The kills are far apart, but the gold is close. The objective's only 1 apart. This fourth dragon fight here, and it's about to start off. Vincent is going to go damn deep, and he's going to get ulted. There's the combo that you were talking about as Lynx is in the background. going to be going ahead and take out Yukimoto, who's going to go down first. And who's
Oh,
gonna
very wet.
Whoa,
Front to
it's
back.
Vincent.
Front to back.
Going front to back, and Lofton is going to be out there in the
Oh,
front.
good
He can take
snarl.
all kinds of damage as Lynx is going to head back. It's a 3-on-3 with the Dragon still up. It's doing damage onto the Evelyn, who is a 4-on-3.
Michael.
The Dragon is fighting for the Direwolves. It's
Very
now
wet.
3-on-3, and they're able to do
Very
it.
wet.
2-on-1, and they,
Hey!
and they came
I
back.
fucking
They came
told
back
you.
from the
Get him, Mike.
deficit.
Get him very wet.
Wow.
That is an ace over to the Direwolves. Very wet coming online in that fight.
Very wet's hitting them, bro.
Waff, you were right. Very
Bro.
wet is now coming online, but
Front
Sora
to back,
putting
bro.
Sora putting out enough damage, getting a few kills
you
of his
called
own
that.
in that fight too.
You called that, bro. You called that combo.
Maybe it's not the mid jungle duo, it's the mid ADC duo that you have to worry
And I
about for the Direwolves.
Maybe that's it, bro. Like, I didn't know about Sora's fucking Dota pedigree and all this shit. Like, I guess this guy can play a little
Something
bit
I
of,
want to point out. I am hovering over my cursor for the stream. Very wet got the shutdown on the Yone. 1,000 gold into his pocket.
Let's, I'm
He
gonna
has
give you some
not
insight.
spent that. That's gonna be finishing the item and nearly and 2/3 of the next one.
Okay.
Ooh, huge lantern getting Yukimoto
Seven.
out.
Yuki? Okay. Shit. I'll
And
give you
they're
insider
flashing for
information.
safety.
I'm gonna give you guys insider information right now, okay? Very Wet drank a good amount of apple cider vinegar this whole week. He's cleansed his body to prepare himself for this exact situation. This is it. He is ready.
And right now,
Yeah,
he's the only
wow.
deathless person, as it looks like
Here.
Yone's gonna go down again. And now
First
their
one
Yone
down.
has switched
Okay,
teams.
Nar, make a form. Nar, oh, that was a
That's
Bro,
2 down now.
Doesn't have the
Bonobos,
ultimate,
they're
but the
retreating.
flash Q.
Direwolves, no, they haven't had enough. Let's see if they decide to pull off for Baron, or where do they decide to chase? And Yukimoto's deciding to chase.
Very Wet.
Like
So
they're talking
a
talking
two-
about it.
a 2
Decision
for
is to push.
nothing.
They're
One
looking
kill
to see-
going to Sora, one kill going to Very Wet. Very Wet, the only one who hasn't died yet in this
Yeah.
game. Now it's a 2k gold lead over for the Direwolves thanks to all of these shutdowns.
Very Wet is like Bitcoin before it blew up to like 17,000. It's not like a 200, okay? It's like worth the money, okay? You invest
And
in
now
this
that's
guy.
that mid lane turret. Are they going to look for Baron now, or are they just going to try and fake it and look for a fight?
Oh, Rav, I just want you to know, man. We're gonna get both these teams next season. We're gonna get them both, bro. We're gonna get them in the street. We're gonna get them in the gutter. I don't give a shit. In the living room, we're gonna get them. Shit's pumping me up.
Oh,
Talking
Yuki.
the talk there, Watt. Let's see if we can walk the walk. But here, Sub Carried Me is going to go ahead and ult in forward.
Oh,
and
oh.
a little bit of sleep in there. Yukimoto's
Oh.
going down. And they're starting to head
Sleeping.
towards Baron in
Definitely-
the Bonobos.
Definitely
Sleeping.
not getting carried by this game. 5, 2, and 5 on this Kaisa. And it's looking like that they're going to try Baron over for the Bonobos. They melted really well with Yone and Kaisa. Can they get it within range? The Direwolves are here. The Baron is low, 2,000 health, and he will get taken down. And he will get shredded down. Baron buff is over to the Bonobos. That is 5 buffs, and both teams just walk away.
I thought Shen going outside the pit was a really nice choice. Zone. He's strong. No way you can burst him. They played it perfect. Good. It almost seems like any team can win this game, though. Like, it's really not. The score, you might have like a little bit of difference, but it looks really
I mean,
close.
look at the gold. Look
Well,
at the
same, right?
gold lead. It is nearly dead even. Sub 100 gold separating these two teams, even with the Baron. It's just, these two teams are going at it. They're bringing us the distance. We're having a 3-game series,
Yeah.
and the third game is by far the best game of the series.
They
It's not
just
as
can't
bloody.
warm up.
It's not as bloody, but it's really, really competitive. Both these ADCs, both have 5 kills. Both these mid laners have a decent amount of kills. So the top lane is being as influential as they can be. But I'm just waiting to see who makes that breakout play that breaks open this game. Dragon's coming up in 30 seconds. That's something you gotta keep in mind. Whoever gets this Drake will be on soul point going into the next one.
Something I want you that I want you to look at that's kind of interesting is the Bonobos are about a minute and a half into their Baron, and they aren't aggressively pushing. They're being very cautious. And we're going to see if this is going to come back to haunt them, because they're choosing to fight for this the Dragon Vision instead of using their Baron to go ahead and push waves. But here, getting caught out is Lofton on the Braum. He's going to flash out, and he's also close to going down, and is going to go ahead and stand behind his team to miss the ult. Very wet with the ult down.
Not
Very wet.
Braum.
That's not really where Braum wants to
Let's
be as
settle
a champion.
down.
But
Okay, let's settle
But-
down. Very wet. Everybody's getting a little hype now. We need
both
to just
teams
settle down.
are playing footsie right now around the Dragon. Very wet, throwing out Qs, trying to get some good hits. Divine Sunder proccing as well.
Gotta get some poke down.
Oh, it looks like Bonobos are just going to turn and try and burst this thing down.
Nar has to start up his thing, and Nar needs to wait till Braum shields down the throw at that boomerang.
Vincent will take down Panzer though, and
Okay.
Yuki is taken down.
Uh-oh, very wet's gone.
Was able to get the double knockup was Vincent, but now the rest of the team's going to finish off the Gnar. And we have 4-0 and Baron. Still about 30 seconds left on this Baron. We're not going to be able to win the game, but they're definitely going to give the Direwolves a bloody nose and something to go home and tell mom about.
Indeed, they are. Now they're on Soul Point. They are super close to getting Mountain Soul. That's something they gotta watch out for. Baron has expired now, and thankfully for the Direwolves, Sora is still alive. That's a lot of wave cleared down. Vincent just taking down the bottom tier 2, taking that one down. They're not gonna lose an inhibitor off of it, but they are gonna lose the inhibitor turret. The mid lane inhibitor is cracked, and key thing to look at what Sora has in his inventory. Oblivion Orb. Really, really good for the Yone. Especially since he has Bloodthirster and Immortal Shield buff.
Someone's got to take him down, and it's going to be a team effort that's going to need to do it. I'm so far impressed by Sora's play, and so far has played the Annie well. It's looking like it's coming down to these last few fights. Either team with an ace can push down the middle and finish. It's unlikely the game's going to finish that way. It's probably going to be a more long, drawn-out affair. I would think
It'll
there's
depend
going to be a
on the
soul
way
in this game.
It will depend on the wave state when the ace occurs. If the wave is pushed up into one team's base and that team wins, then they can get the inhibitor and not much else. But if the minions are pushed into a team's base and the other team wins, then the game is over at that point. It's all going to depend on the wave state. Talking about, and I mentioned Grievous Wounds earlier with the Oblivion Orb. Now we got an Executioner's over to Very Wet.
Now, if I was the Bonobos, I would be putting Shen into a side lane at this point. He's got the ult up in about 10-15 seconds. He's got teleport. He's great to have on a side lane as long as you can get him into the fight on command when the team fight starts happening. But the Bonobos aren't playing with the Shen that way. They're playing with him as a frontline tank, roaming around with the team. So we're going to see, are they going to be able to have both their tanks in the fight when it starts off? Who are they going to put to split foot push? Because right now it looks like their answer is Yone, and no one can answer it from the Direwolf side.
Shen, when he wants to ult on a teammate that's dangerously low, dangerously close to dying, or he wants to ult a champion that wants to dive in deep. Now, there's a way you can split the difference.
How do you split the difference, Stripes? Tell us.
If Kaisa hits a really good W,
How good of a W?
hit someone like Very Wet, Sora, Yuki,
Yeah.
someone you really want to focus down. Then gets ulted by Shen after popping the Killer Instinct. Not only does Kaisa have the shield from Shen, but the shield from Killer Instinct, giving her so much survivability for the rest of the team to come in, giving her enough survivability for definitely Shen to come out of...
Damage onto Gnar, already down
Nar,
to half
stop
health.
using that goddamn boomerang when his
Panzer.
shield up, you Gorilla?
Also in
Stone?
trouble here, and Direwolves are trying to lose as little as possible.
From Ultimate
Good,
is going to
okay,
go
good E,
wide.
good E.
Ferris is actually going to miss the flash Q onto Revenge to get the charm. It's just a bit of a mechanical misplay right there.
So you were saying that what they have to do, right? And I'm looking at Yone, and I see Yone hit a double knock-up on Panzer and very well.
1 second,
right?
guys. We're having
Yeah.
Nar, who's going to take a peek at the Baron, but is not going to get there. Going to go ahead and die to try to get that vision.
Yuki?
That was reversed, I believe.
No, he's not. He's not going to get it. He
Banzai?
tried to steal, but he didn't get it.
Banzai?
All double TP into the bot lane. They're going to push down this bot lane inhibitor. The wave is in a perfect spot. They're not going to try to end the game off of this because there's still 3 people alive, including Very Wet and Sora. However, what they are going to try and do is they're going to try. The Shen Shield is going to come out. He is going to ult Very Wet and Panzer. Vincent is dangerously low. He will get taken down. Panzer will go down, but 2 carries are still alive.
He looks like he's on RuPaul's Drag Race and he's taping his thing back because he's aerodynamic, bro. Yone is just wrecking.
There's that killer instinct onto the Ezreal. Will not take Very Wet down.
Oh, Braum.
And Nar is going back in. Remember, he was the first one to die, and he's trying to get back with his team. But meanwhile, Evelyn is taking that 4th dragon. Now 3.
That's a great play. That is a great.
The Mountain Soul.
That is a great play. Ferris soloed the Drake while everyone else was pushing. They got the bot lane inhibitor down with the double TP play. They tried to get the mid inhibitor, but they lost the fight. Braum and Kai'Sa tried to finish up, but when nothing went their way, they didn't overstep and force themselves into a bad spot. They backed off. They kept the pressure up a little bit longer, but they backed up into safety, let Evelyn finish the Drake, and now they have Mountain Soul.
We got chat being fickle as shit here, bro. You guys are worse than the odds maker in Vegas. Yeah, let Very Wet have some goddamn room, okay? Like the bonobos look like they're goddamn on RuPaul's. Like they're taping it back. They're looking streamlined. They're looking real good. Yone goes in and eliminates people.
Well, maybe as a suggestion, you can do like a Michael Phelps and just shave it all, and then really like glide through
Ian
12
Thorpe,
water.
bro.
Really.
Ian Thorpe. There you go. Just
Nice.
I want to point out something very important. Vincent is full build. Gold onto him will not matter as much as others on his team.
Sora's got to show me some of that Dota. Show me some of that Dota, bro.
A reverse getting a good 3-man ultimate.
Nar is going to go ahead and land that in, but he's going to go down. Vincent's also close to go down. They're going to have to knock him out to have a chance. Reverse is the first one down, and the Direwolves keep falling. They're falling, and there's nowhere left to fall. That's all of them, the ace. We have ourselves the first Grand Tournament champions, the Boosted Bonobos. Lynx, Ferris, Vincent, sub-carried me, and Lofton. Congratulations, sirs.
Oh my god. Absolute animals.
Congratulations to the Boosted Bonobos.
Oh, where's your hat?
Right here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It gets a little itchy at times. My hair is too
Whoa,
long.
I thought you were Houdini. I thought you just did a little Houdini. Rav's gone black. Rav, is this the black face? Oh, you were black there for a minute, so I didn't know if you were going the
Just
black
needed a little
face.
time to load on the
I'm not going
scene.
to pull a Justin Trudeau.
I thought he was going blackface there. I thought
Congratulations to the Boosted Bonobos. We'll see if we can get an interview with the team.
Absolutely.
Even chat wants you to put the hat back. Bro, it's a hat. It's a good hat. How much does that cost you, to be honest? Let's be honest. Let's just throw some numbers around.
I don't know. I got it with the KDA Akali
Did you steal
cosplay
it?
I got. No, I got it with the KDA Akali cosplay.
Do you have the... So why didn't you wear the cosplay then? Why didn't you wear that cosplay?
Because the cosplay is not finished because I forgot to buy the wig.
If I was gonna do a cosplay, it'd be like
can't-
Red Hot Chili Peppers when they.
I
did that
can't pull a sneaky if I don't have the wig. Okay.
Oh, now do you have the features of Sneaky? Because that guy.
Working on it.
Is he? is he want to be known as a girl yet, or is he still at that like I'm still figuring things out kind of stage? Because I just don't know. Like I don't know if he wants to be known as a girl or what.
Well, he's doing it all, and has got the girlfriend to boot.
Oh, he plays both sides. An investor.
Well, I just gotta say, like, I can't believe how this game ended up playing out. We had a dead even goal game after
Great game.
15,
Alright.
20 minutes. We had Barons going for the boosted bonobos, and they were able to make their advantage work and really be able to push it in when they were able to get it. And they had a lot of resistance, like you said. Ezreal went to 4 in less than like 10 seconds, and they were right back into it. So Bonobos being able to close out games, and they've proven that even when they get leads, they can close it out, because the Direwolves have shown time and time again throughout the season they were able to come back from gold deficits. They were able to team fight and macro around the map, and the Boosted Bonobos just did what they did, but better.
Indeed. Now, we do have an interview set up with Boosted Bonobos, so we will be heading over to their chat so we can interview them all. I will be sure to drag you off, and don't worry about
I
that.
appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it.
Hello, Boosted Bonobos. Congratulations on winning the Grand Tournament Finals. How does it feel?
I guess. Kind of pretty good.
Oh yeah, it's pretty good, dude.
Hey guys, I thought we agreed on letting Lynx talk.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
he didn't talk. He
Come
didn't
on,
say
come on.
anything. He's nervous.
Mute your mics, come on.
All right, Lynx, go.
Hey, wait, what? Alright. Okay. Well, I'd say it was a pretty good win. It was a very, stressful fight at the end there, deciding who would win there. A lot of work built up to this. Felt good to win.
Nerd.
So,
Nice
man.
farm, dude.
Full
so,
nerd.
Okay. I give you all the CS in the world, man.
so you guys ended up going from knockout stage. You beat your academy team, and then you had a rematch of the Masters Division Finals, and once again, you ended up beating the Direwolves. Do you think that how did you feel going against two teams that you know so well, in both the academy team and a team that brought you a fight in the Masters Finals as well?
I was gonna say this academy team was fucking freelo.
Yeah,
Was
So-
it for fun against the academy team?
Yeah,
Because we knew him
you
in
know.
real life and stuff.
yeah, that
game for us, 'cause we play
That was just
against
another custom game
this
for us.
one, their support, dude, is too nuts. It's kind of hard to win against
Yeah,
them.
it's actually impossible.
I mean, Panzer's fucking insane, dude. I don't
Alpin
know.
got smurfed on though. No competition.
Yeah, no, it was fun though.
No, fans are good.
Did
for
you
real.
guys have fun casting it?
Oh, it was a
Oh,
great
bro,
series.
We were talking lots of shit. It was great.
I
want
didn't
those
see
two-
any. I didn't
I
see any
want those-
cosplays.
I want those toe picks, bro. Vincent, give me those toe picks, bro. The chat's like all about it.
All about
My
it.
feet.
All about it, bro.
Yo, Brav, can I just say you looking fucking sexy today, though?
That's what I
Not
say,
even
bro.
joking.
Man.
Pressure,
Bro.
bro. Be clean, dude.
My God, dude, the tie, or the
Alpha.
bow. I mean, the
It was
bow.
you guys-
time, man.
Oh,
You guys think he should get the one that spins, right? That's the next step.
yeah,
right?
dude, I mean,
No,
look at
Rav,
him, man.
I can't wait to see you in the LCS in a few
I
years.
think
man.
next time you should go shirtless.
Honestly,
Hey guys, I gotta bust out the tie for you guys. Get it all the way over here.
You
You're
better,
back. You're back in the interview circle. Now all of you are here. So everything's gone around full circle. Really, congratulations. And was there any kind of key points in any of the games that you guys can kind of like recall that you could maybe share, that you thought there was like a key shot call, or there was a key pick or something that really like helped seize a game for you, or turn the tide? Is there anything you guys remember?
When me and Center killed the jungler down at Dragon, or near Dragon.
yeah, the entire call was just his name over and over again. It was just Viego,
I think-
Viego
The only
constantly.
thing I can really recall is in Champ Select when they picked Shen without asking me and they locked it in.
I mean, if he's open, you're gonna get it, Lynx. We already told you that.
Second game.
I mean, yeah, it happens every time. You think I like playing Vayne? No,
Yeah.
they just instant lock it for me all the time.
Easy.
Yeah.
So in the third game, in the first two games, they banned out the Direwolves banned out the same 3 champs: Shen, Akali, Kai'Sa. They leave the Kai'Sa and the Shen open in the 3rd game, and of course, you two pick them. Do you guys? Was that like you have to have Kai'Sa? We already know what it was for Shen, but do you feel like
What the hell
Kai'Sa was
that,
a strong pick?
Yeah, so this guy can't play anything other than Kai'Sa, so it's quickly that we let him ban
What
it.
the
It's
frick?
a really
dude?
good thing that they did ban it because we probably would have lost if he wasn't on Kai'Sa.
What the heck?
And
dude?
as for the Akali ban, I don't know why they're so afraid of my Akali. I don't know what I did to them that made them want to ban that every single time we play them.
Caster,
But,
let's be
it is
real
what
for a
it
minute, okay? Kai'Sa is fucking broken. All right,
Oh, of
let's just
course.
say that, okay?
Jeez, of course.
The
Of
champ
course.
is freeload, dude. You pick it, it's free. I mean, this like, come on. If you see Kai'Sa,
Yeah,
but you're not gonna insta lock it.
That is a very fair point. Just meanwhile, what was so when you picked the Aurelia in the 1st game, did you immediately know that was going to Vincent, or was that kind of like a flex pick, see where things lie, and then you'll decide where to go with it?
Well, Aurelia was a flex pick, and then they picked Poppy, and I just didn't want to play Aurelia.
yeah.
Fair enough. Poppy is a hard counter to Aurelia, so.
So I picked
Originally,
Aatrox and Smurf.
For myself, I can't remember what
Dang,
else
Red.
Yeah.
This
But
cat.
I
dude.
just looked at the Nico pick, and I was like, I can just play Irelia and smash this, and that's what happened.
Going
Yeah, Aurelia's balanced.
in the 2nd game, they pulled out a Malzahar against you guys.
Oh my
Did you
Sleeper, dude.
Cringe.
Sleeper, bro.
did
As I
did you guys expect it at all? And what was your like when you saw it? What do you like try and figure out to go
Well,
for?
Well, we didn't really when we did not expect it. The mid laner on the enemy team could only play like basic champs because they don't really play mid lane.
True.
So Malzahar, being one of the easiest champs in the game, I was probably one of the champs in this pool that you could actually play.
I mean,
Pressing
dude, the dude hovered what? Annie, Malzahar, and Vigar.
Yeah, and he played
I mean,
Malzahar and Annie.
that's a pretty
Point and click.
that's a pretty.
I also
champion.
I also want to go over to the Annie pick for a second because you guys got to saw the Annie pick before picking your mid laner, and you guys picked Yone, which is notoriously a bad matchup for Yone. Why did you go for Yone as opposed to another AD champion if you wanted that?
To
Split
be
profile.
honest, I was just kind of looking for the later team fights. I knew I could just play the lane safe and just make it through that, and I didn't want to pick another AP champion. There weren't any other. I didn't want to pick like Kiana or any other like AD champ that's kind of mediocre. I knew that if I just got my hands on Yone, I could just scale.
Meanwhile,
And
the
Yone's
Pantheon was still open, if I'm not mistaken, which he is kind of a busted champ as well.
Yeah, he's not as fun though.
We not
Yeah.
cringe.
True.
Yeah, Pantheon's also.
I can't imagine playing Pantheon.
Yeah, Lawson, I can't imagine playing Pantheon.
True.
You should just pick it.
Why
from
did we
time to time.
Rom up in 3 times, dude? That chance busted. I don't get
Braum
it.
broken, man. They didn't ban it. I don't know, man. They
auto
didn't put
attack
any
on the
respect
front.
on the Braum, dude.
I don't
They did
get
not
it.
respect the Braum. I don't think they
Braum?
realized what you were doing, bro. You were doing work.
Yeah,
was-
Lawson carried the majority of those fights, man, with the
Oh.
Braum passive.
You were putting passive on everyone. I'm just like, they got to figure this out sooner or later. Like sooner or later, they're gonna figure out to ban your shit.
I mean, do you guys see my name?
Yeah.
Yeah, it speaks for itself, man. Support carries, dude.
So I got a question. Who on the Direwolves really impressed you? Like who actually kind of played above what you thought they were gonna do? Did anyone
top
Are you,
laner.
are you being just in the
Honestly-
finals here? Waff? You
I'll
mean
be
just
just,
in the
honest.
in the
finals?
finals? Just in the
Okay.
finals.
From what I saw, it was just a jungler.
True.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yuki was doing good on his first 2 games, right?
Yeah.
The second game was kind of you guys really shut him down. You got on his ass hard.
And he still came back.
Well, is that the champion, or do you think that's could be both? Right?
Yo, Olaf is
Right.
busted.
it's him.
Yeah.
Olaf-
Olaf is
First
busted.
game, dude, he popped off on Pantheon. He
did.
counter ganked so many times, and it was so obnoxious.
You just kept hiding in that brush. You just kept hiding in that bruch.
Okay,
Yeah,
hold
imagine
on.
not being an island top lane.
You guys did set up camp. You literally got the
Yeah.
s'mores, the fucking hot dogs out. Hecarim was down there. He literally spent more time in the bottom bushes doing nothing, thinking you guys were gonna gank him.
I mean, you should have heard the Discord call, man. Every time he left lane, we were like, dude, you wanna You want to come back down here? It's free. Like 3 times over and over again.
Very Wet never even thought about it. Like he just kept pushing up. Like you kept
Oh, I thought he was
ganking.
baiting the whole time.
I thought
Yeah.
I thought he was too, and I could see everything. I didn't know.
So,
That's good.
so do you guys have any more questions for these guys? Because I don't.
You guys are fucking
Oh,
animals,
wait,
bro.
also, that Thresh, by the way, he fucking baited so many times the jungler was coming.
With the lantern, right? The throw
Yeah,
lantern.
he just never showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, what? And then we just killed him, and it was like, okay, dude. I mean, Panzer, you're still a goat, but like, that was kind of
Yeah, for real.
it's kind of, I don't know what was happening there, man.
Playing those mind games with you. Playing those mind games. I guess to wrap it all up, what are you guys looking forward to doing in the next season? Are you guys looking to try and defend your title? Are there any key matchups you want to play with?
Definitely the academy again. I'd love that.
Yeah, if we do play, we're not having the academy team a part of our team anymore because they had a lot of problems this season. So
Like not
Just cutting
winning.
them.
yeah,
Like
they
not
can
being good.
they can be their own little organization.
Yeah, Raph. So race car bets, we're gonna ban Braum. I'm gonna take this shit. I'm gonna go home and study this stuff.
That's what I'm saying.
Braum's gone. I don't like Heckram. That was shit. I didn't like what I saw from that. Yon can be gone. Don't like that. I don't even know if we have enough bans for these guys. You guys look like you're from the fucking zoo, bro. Like you're just all over them. You guys look like animals. That's all.
Are you calling us? They're calling us monkeys.
Well, you're some of those CCP Russian monkeys, the ones they send to state. You're great.
You could press buttons and turn knobs. You can
Listen,
still operate a keyboard and mouse.
You push the
That's about
shit
it.
out of those buttons, bro. You push the shit out of those buttons.
Oh,
Rev, you got a beautiful smile,
Oh,
man.
shit.
I just saw you smile there, man.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Rev,
I'll,
you are just
uh,
a beautiful human being, to be
Oh
honest.
my god, your wife's gonna be angrier than shit, Rav.
You have a wife? Oh my god.
You deserve
Lucky,
two of
man.
them.
She's
You deserve
so
two of them,
lucky.
man.
You can't see it, but he's got great hairs back there. It's like right in the back, right underneath the headset, but it's back
Hey
there.
man, come on.
Oh,
How you gonna do him like that, man? He's
Yeah.
looking
Listen,
fresh
I'm-
right now, man.
Listen, I'm receding and bald on the top a little bit, and I'm younger than he is.
I tell one.
Yeah, Sonny's really short, so we have,
All right.
Well, guys,
You
hey,
nothing to argue.
thanks for meeting up for us and
you
closing out
so
the
much.
season one. Season one LAS is going to be synonymous with the Bonobos organization, whether we like it or not. You guys are in.
All right, thank you guys. So
Wait, do
Thank you.
we get our own little banner on the website?
yes, you do.
Oh yeah.
Aw, shit.
Go.
Thank
We're
you.
gonna pin that in the Discord server.
Thank you guys for giving us a great series, and congratulations on beating the Direwolves. Rav, Waff, and if you can join me back in casting, we have an interview with Panzer now.
Okay.
Peace
Great.
out,
Thanks,
gentlemen.
guys.
Peace. Hello, Panzer. We're just gonna wait for Waffen and Rav to join us before we get in.
Is there enough room in here? Is there? Okay.
Yes, because we're moderators. Anyway, so for those who don't know, Panzer, as you saw, was the support of the Direwolves, as well as one of the founders and creators of the LAS. So we can kind of get some insight and some plans for season 2 and insight on what his team was thinking going into and throughout the series. So Panzer, how did you guys think the series would go going into it, and how did the picks shape up differently?
Overall, it was an enjoyable series. I'm beginning not to like these guys, so I'm gonna just take the admin hammer and nerf their roster for season 2.
They're animals, aren't they? They're like some of those CCP rocket monkeys, bro. They're just wild.
Animals, I would use a different word, but
We're trying to keep it PG here, bro. We don't want Justin Trudeau and Biden to take us out. So let's just keep
okay,
it.
yeah, apologies.
You're
But
right. It's okay.
going in, we lost our jungler at the beginning of the season, so we've with the Rock Loster issues, we've just consistently tried to figure out what was going on. Zora played jungle originally, but the way the meta was shaping up and the champs in the jungle, we had to put our best player, one of our best, Very Wet and Yuki are some of the major carries on our team. So we elected to put him into the jungle. And it was a struggle because Sora came over from Dota 2. He's had about like 3 months on League. We've been working through everything. The Malzahar pick was he's played like 2 games of Malzahar before that, and Udai basically said it's a point and click. It's a point and click. It'll be fine. We're putting him on it, and we're like, okay, like point and click. We'll put him on it, and it ended up coming through for us. But overall, it was a battle.
Yeah.
And drafting, I mean, they have so many threats. They're 80 carries. Definitely can carry late game. Their jungler just camp bot lane. You know, part of the game. We got to know better. And obviously their mid laner. You can't ban them out, but we were trying to, like the Akali ban specifically. We were trying to stop the Akali from snowballing over our mid laner that is less experienced and had a limited champ pool going in the final. So we were just like, Akali has to go. She has the stupid shroud. It's got to be hard to track her. She's too slippery. And you know, there's just too many dominoes to track for us. You know, we get 5 bans and we got to try to spread it evenly.
So can I ask one more question here? What exactly, Panzer, was your idea with the letting the Braum through every game? Did you guys feel like it wasn't that big of an issue? Maybe you didn't see exactly what it was doing in the game, or do you just didn't think it was an issue at all, or did you just think you could beat it with different champs?
So we recognized that they were always going to go to the Braum, and I was completely comfortable on the Thresh, and in our team situations.
Yeah.
And at one point we were just like, yeah, they're gonna get Braum. It's not worth banning the Braum away when there's just more threatening people that can snowball the game. Now Braum will always be a nuisance within team fights, but at the same time, Braum's not gonna win you a team fight, right? He's a support, same like Thresh. He's there to support the carries, and we thought it was just better off, you know, focusing on the carries.
So one of the things that I saw was when you brought out the Ornn pick for top, right? And
Yeah.
Braum directly counters the Ornn ult, which
And Samira.
really did. And then the Samira on top of that, right? When you get those two being able to shut down Ornn's ult, you really take away like one of your key win conditions. So when I saw you guys do that, I was wondering what did you think your win condition was in the second game? What did you think you had to do that allowed you to actually do it? Did you think it was the Malzahar, the point and click, and then the Mike and you bot lane? Did you guys?
That was actually funny because we talked about taking Kled top. We were like, that's a great engage.
That's a good choice. Yeah.
Then we thought, Ornn scales. Like if he just soaks up XP, we just get free items.
Agreed.
So we were like, this is probably just worth in the long run if we have a good beginning, and it ended up snowballing to where we could kind of do whatever we wanted there, and we were just like, you know, we did acknowledge we were like going through and draft like Braum counters Ornn. Oh yeah, save for Samira. Yeah, but he has items, so we just picked it. So
sometimes those items are all you need, especially when you have an Olaf that literally runs at everybody and wins.
That's exactly what we was thinking with the lifesteal. I mean, Grievous Wounds is more or less, it doesn't exist in the game. There's no point of like putting anti-heal because it's like a 6-to-1 on healing versus anti-heal. And then just upgrading a mythic item on Olaf is dumb enough. So that's the route we went.
Holy, you didn't prioritize, and they didn't even prioritize Gragas this whole series, which is considered to be one of the stronger, or even Renekton. Was that a conversation, or do you believe that your top laner's champ pool was a little bit smaller, didn't allow you to open up a couple of those?
It's not that it was smaller. Him being a top laner, he's just really, really consistent on tanks. He's willing to play weak side, and we don't have to hear about it in the side chat either.
No chirping.
No
Mic?
chirping.
What?
Maybe after the game he gives us some stuff, but
Can you tell me? Just send me a DM and tell me how you do that so I can fix my team. We got a lot of chirps. We got birdies, bro. We got birds.
But yeah, he catches waves. He does his due diligence in side lane, and we can't thank him enough for it. And it's one of those things where our carries aren't going to play tanks, and as a support, I'm overly aggressive as a support, and I'm not a big fan of tanks. So he kind of default gets put on tanks. So anytime we play as a 5-man, he's on a tank regardless. But he does have pocket picks, and we're gonna learn the meta and look to give him his time in the light.
So guys, I can't believe what a series we got, and now this is the end of season 1. If there's any more questions, go out and ask Panzer. But I would love if we could get like a little bit of a preview or a hint
Indeed.
of what's going to go on for
wet
next
our lips,
season.
bro. Wet our lips. Tell us.
Yeah, a little something. Is there anything that you could let people know, like about what's going to be changing, or what's happening, or what's going to be a little bit different? If it's not in stone, I understand. But is there anything you can tell the players?
Yeah, so I just want to thank everyone for season 1. This kind of came out of nowhere. I had the idea. I kicked some rocks around Rav about it. Locking him on board was like a lifesaver, because anytime you have a league, you want to stream, and Rav was like there from step 1 to help me with the stream. Stripes coming on was another lifesaver. Now I could basically dry my hands from the stream. So I just want to thank all the teams participating in season 1. It was designed to be short, but I wanted the layout to be like a skeleton of what I want to build up. I just always wanted a league where you kind of like divisions act like regions, and you take the top teams and compete against each other. I can't tell you will be a bit lengthier. It's going to be a double round robin now. And
pew, pew, pew.
Yep, and we're for the teams that do not make the playoffs, we will be implementing a gauntlet system. So the teams that didn't make the playoffs has a chance to get into grand tournament.
Half chop answer.
We're going to try to give more teams more chances to play and enjoy the game. And at the end of it, we recognize rosters was a big thing, something that everyone that runs the league is a player at the same time. And we have a ton of balancing acts to do. So we noticed that, people shuffle, and that was oversight from our end, because Rav's team, my team, we consistently just have like a core group of people that we don't have to worry about, R5 getting on every night. So we're going to be completely reworking rosters and how they're accepted. Emergency subs are going to be introduced. And we're going to try to flex to the best of our ability to keep a consistent roster. So when you show up in playoffs, it's not a new 5, but you have the flexibility to continue playing later in the season. That's been our main focus for season 2.
That's fucking that's amazing.
Yeah, so much for PG. So much for PG.
I was thinking about it too when he made that half chub comment.
Who the hell let you on my stream?
I don't know, man. You let me in the Discord channel, and I just showed up here. They just told me show up.
Yeah.
Stuck in through the back door. They don't let me in with the regular people.
Yeah, that's all I can spill for season 2. We're working, and all I can say is if you're interested in joining the league, you can DM me, and if you're interested in becoming a moderator in the Discord or helping create new rules, if you see something, I got a ton of feedback from some teams in the league, and it really helped us shed some light on a lot of the major oversights and problems we had. So I can't thank those guys enough. And I just want to congratulate Boosted Bonobos for becoming Season 1 grand champion. You guys will get your logo displayed on homepage for all of Season 2, so every team knows who needs to be attacked, and you guys will have a permanent target painted on your back.
Just like the team logo above the Summoner's Cup in Summoner's Rift after Worlds, but our version of it.
Yeah, if I could mod in their logo on Summoner's Rift, I would. But my modding skills are not there.
Panzer, one question. Start date, season 2, rough estimate. What can people expect? When can they tell their mom they're going to disappear into the basement for a while?
Season 2, so we're gonna stay to form with our preseason. It kind of gives us an insight on how our season 2 rules are going to lay out, the problems we're going to run into again. It's going to be a single elimination tournament. We're looking to do that mid to late February, and we're looking sometime in March. Granted, I can't tell you exactly when in March we're going to commit to that, because I am the only one that edits the website, and between the volunteers I have, we got to review the rules, think of any oversights we have, update the website, and then we got to get recruiting. My goal is to put eight teams in each division for the double round robin, and we got to get recruiting on these 16 teams total. Of course, we'll take more, but our goal is 16, and we're gonna really push for it.
Indeed. If you have people who you think would be interested, feel free to go ask them to join the league. If you have a group of guys you want to just play together in a semi-competitive league, feel free to sign up, register the team. We're always welcome to have new faces around here. And if you're interested in joining the casting crew, feel free to DM either me or Rav. We'll see if we'll put you through a small little interview process, and we'll see how you do. So
You can replace me. Replace me. Make sure you're PG.
Yeah, PG, get this guy out of here.
Bro, I just want to play League, bro. Just let me bang, bro. Just let me I just want to play. I don't want to.
For all the people that are listening to him wanting to play League, solo queue, free elo, time up your queue, time with him, free elo.
Oh my God, you're an animal.
All right, I think that just about wraps up the stream, unless there's any other questions you guys have for Panzer.
Oh, he laid it out. Everyone should be excited. All these changes are going to be happening. A month left to go. We're going to be playing preseason. 2 months till season 2. Get your teams together. Get practicing. You two can be here in the grand finals, but you got to beat either the Boosted Bonobos or the Direwolves maybe to get here. You saw them. They're pretty good. Can you do it? Well, you're going to have to find out. Get your team together. Get those diamond players away. We don't want them. Anyone else? Come on into the league. They're more than welcome.
Indeed. So thank you all so much for tuning in to the grand finals. Thank you to the Direwolves and the Boosted Bonobos for giving us one hell of a series to cast. One very fun series to cast. Thank you, Panzer, for the interview. Thank you, Bonobos, for the interview as well. And congratulations to the Boosted Bonobos on winning the grand finals. I would like to also extend a huge shout out to Dion. I shouted her out earlier on. She is the one who created all of the different overlays, who edited all of the champion picks, allowed us to have this amazing, amazing setup, even did the little animation down like right there. It's really...
Let's give it a clap.
She is really, really awesome. And we cannot thank her enough making this look really good. Once again, thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you in season 2. Have a good night and peace.